Launching the dumbest radio show in America. Welcome to Common Man and T-Bone.
What was the thing that Anthony Gonzalez used to sleep in? Is it a hyperbolic chamber?
Hyperbaric, I think.
Hyperbaric?
Hyperbolic would be a chamber that's like, you're awesome! Way to sleep! You know, it's just yelling at you. Incredible! Oh my God!
Hyperbaric chamber.
Featuring Panama Ted.
Too hot!
Timmy Hall.
I will rub one on my face.
And a collection of profane noises.
Coach? No, Dom.
I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal.
I want me some glory hole.
I'll keep it in the room. Stop breathing. It used to be a lot longer.
The numbers don't lie.
This is stupid. This is Man and Bone.
Welcome in. Happy Thursday to you. Timmy Hall filling in for Common Man today. What's up, Timmy? How you
My guy, Bone.
Yeah,
Bone
man.
and Ted. It's good to see you, boys.
been? And Timmy. It's a Bone Tim Bone? How are we doing this?
The Tim Bone.
Yeah, that's right.
Sort of like a T-bone. No, it's
No.
good, man. Little
Yeah.
a-hole Thursday,
Well,
right?
it's named that whole. No, that's when Jen is here. It's A-hole Thursday when Jen's in here. It's named that whole Thursday. You can tweet us your holes. Not really, but you can tweet us something that's going on. Maybe a situation you had something happen, and you want a judgment on, are you the a-hole? Is this other person the a-hole? Is there a maybe more than just an a-hole? Maybe you're a b-hole or c-hole or some other hole. We don't know. That's coming up. We'll do that at 5:34. But you can send it to us now at manandbone971 on Twitter. Also, Degenerate T-Bone coming up later on in the show. But Timmy, what's up with you? How you been?
I've been pretty good, man. I was jacked up about this. So we were talking about albums yesterday on Wild Card Wednesday, and I had mentioned something about ELO, maybe a lesser known band, depending on what age group you're in. Electric Light Orchestra, if you will. Jeff Lynne is the guy that is their engine, the lead singer and the guitarist. And I'd remember they came through town 4 or 5 years ago, and they played either the Schottenstein Center or Nationwide, one of those. And so I was thinking about that album, and somebody mentioned the Wembley or Bust show that they did, which, shows now are put on YouTube, and I'm sure a lot of your favorite bands that you guys watch, they might have a couple of good options to watch a live show. And the production quality is so much better. And even the video with the audio, it's great, right? And that show was fantastic. ELO at Wembley. So I'm listening to that while I'm mowing today. I hate mowing the grass. I went over this last week, but it was a little bit better because I got a nice set of Bluetooth headphones now. So
Must be nice.
I never used to do that. Isn't that weird? I have never listened to music, NBN, right? I've never done that until this year.
Really?
I've never been a guy like
mowing?
at the gym, mowing. I've never done the buds or the Bluetooth headphones. I've been missing out. I didn't have a good reason as to not do it, but I just started, and so I was listening to the songs on that album, thought it was great, and then lo and behold, I look up, they are actually touring this year, and they're playing 2 shows in Ohio later this year. And the one of them is in Cleveland at Rocket Mortgage on September 14th. That is Ohio State football's bye week. So I know where I'm going to be Saturday night, September 14th.
You're going, huh?
I will be there.
Wow, look at that. And I'm still hung up on the fact that you didn't listen to music when you went to the gym or when you do like
Psychopath.
yard work. No,
Psychopath.
Instead of name that hole, it's name that psychopath, because I would nominate you.
I agree.
That's jarring to me.
I agree.
How did you do it?
Inner dialogue. Having conversations.
Listen.
Making up comments that haven't even been made yet in my own head. That's what I'd be doing.
I can totally relate to that.
Yeah.
I totally understand the inner dialogue thing. My problem is I need that inner dialogue to be blocked out when I'm trying to do anything, because otherwise I'll start talking back to the inner dialogue, and then suddenly I'm just standing in the middle of the gym going like, and that's why protein bars suck. They're just awful. They taste like gross oatmeal. I don't know why people eat them, and it's like, why are you talking about that, dude? And it's like, oh, sorry, thinking about fitness and health, and then I was thinking about how this sucks because I have to eat all this healthy food. Yeah,
Mine's more different.
I just get right down into the inner dialogue and have a conversation with myself.
Would you ever have an argument with someone that you haven't even had that argument yet?
Oh yeah,
I'll make up I'll
get worked up
like
about
a marital,
what I presume. I've done that where I'll presume something would be said if this person knew about said thing.
If I'm going to do this, if I'm going to try to ask to play golf for like the third weekend in a row, or maybe not even, like maybe I'm just going to try to get a Sunday, but I know something else might be on the schedule. This is what I'm thinking I might say, and then I'll play back what Sarah might say back to me, and then I'll come up with my rebuttal to that. All things that might not ever occur.
Yep.
I'll just dream it up. I'll be talking about this stuff in my head. So I don't understand people that say they have no inner dialogue. I don't know if that can be a thing. I don't know if you're being truthful. You mean you got nothing ever? All I do is live my own goal in life. My one goal in life is to get rid of my thoughts. I don't want any thoughts.
I don't want to break any news to it. We may have ADHD. That might be also what's going on here. So you and I both may be dealing with a little bit of that. A little bit of like that inner dialogue stuff is like the attention. Yeah, that's kind of a thing.
But you and I can sit and be quiet and do work and not bother people.
But you have the inner dialogue, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And does it sometimes get you distracted from what you're doing? And 20 minutes later, you're like, why do I have this window open? And what is going on? Why am I so tense? Why am I mad? Well, that's right, because I was just having a fake argument in my head that didn't happen. That could be a sign.
I'm not looking anything up. I'm not like, perusing things on the internet about it. I'll be having something in my head, yes, but that's working is the distraction.
I'm not saying
that's one of the goals, like to sit and be quiet and like to stare, like schedule or do things that I can do for the radio station. That's one of the releases, right? To stop thinking. Have no thoughts.
Well, that's it. And that's what like doing like yard work, that it can be that.
Right. But I'm not thinking much when I'm mowing and then I'm listening to ELO.
I'm thinking all the time. I'm thinking how much this sucks. Why do I have to do this? I didn't think if I was doing a radio show in Columbus, Ohio, I'd have to be mowing my own grass. And then I'm just mowing and I'm mad. And so I have the music on and it takes that all away. Just gets it out of my head.
Why is the Buckeye
Common Man's
show
not mowing his grass?
Why is the Buckeye show not as good as Man and Bone? What have I done? Where am I?
Why is Man
Where
and
am
Bone,
I going?
Why is Man and Bone so stupid compared to the Buckeye show? The Buckeye show actually has like opinions and thoughts. We're just out here like,
why am I a complete failure? No. What am I doing?
Too hot.
What's our purpose? Yeah. These are the things.
That's exactly right. The inner dialogue.
Put your headphones on for God's sakes and start listening to music.
Dude, have you seen there's a thing going around on social media, and apparently I didn't know this. This question was asked of like, if someone says picture an apple, or they say the word apple in a conversation.
I haven't seen this. Okay.
Does your brain, and Teddy, feel free to chime in too. Does your brain go, because this is along the inner dialogue thing, this is now, how well do you visualize things? So apparently when you say the word apple, they go apple, and then it leaves their head and that's it. Then there are people who are like apple, and they visualize maybe the word apple, or they see like a rough black and white outline of a very simple apple.
No.
And then there are people.
I picture a Granny Smith apple.
And then there
are
people who picture vividly, colorful, bright, shining, maybe like a realism kind of image of an apple.
I got a green apple in my head right now.
Right.
Granny Smith.
So then what has happened is on the internet, people will post this and say, I'm at like, it's 1 out of 6, right? And they would have different images of an apple where one is like a real picture of an apple. The other one is like, there's nothing. And people would say, I'm at 1 or 2. And then the other people on the internet would be like, I'm at 5 or 6. You're not thinking apple when someone says the word apple or whatever it is that's being said. God. I'm visualizing these things in my head.
Yes. See? What's so hard about that?
I don't know, Teddy.
This is not the same as like, which hot dog do you like on Memorial Day? And we all, I picked the one on the bottom, the most charred up one, right?
Yeah.
Like number 7 or number 8.
Teddy, if there's like a story on the news about apples, you're just listening to it, you hear us talking about an apple. Do you think anything of the apple? Does it pop in your head at all? Or are you just like a blank space there and there's nothing? You're just like, well, what else is going on? Are you in the middle? Are you kind of like, you can picture a little cartoon apple, but you're not thinking about it that
Ted's
much?
weird.
No, Ted's normal. We're weird.
No, I don't think about it that long, I guess.
See?
A lot of things just, come into my mind and they just sort of leave.
But if you're told to just picture an apple,
then I picture an apple.
You got it?
Yes.
What color is it?
Red.
Okay. Ooh, red delicious.
Yeah.
No, but like this is apparently a test of something.
Fuji.
I don't know what it is. But now, Teddy, another thing to do, and don't do this on the air, do it at home for yourself. Everyone at home can do this too. Just if you're listening in your car, just grab your tongue and say the word apple and see what happens. Just see what happens. Do not do that on the microphone.
You don't even have to grab your tongue. You can just sort of let the tongue levitate.
Let the tongue levitate. I like it. So we actually have something to talk non-Apple and non-mowing related, and that is we have Buckeye football times, at least a few of them. So we now know that the opener on August 31st against Akron, that game will be a 3:30 kick on CBS. Not a terrible surprise. Obviously, if it's on CBS, I think there's going to be better chances those games are at 3:30 than at noon. If it's on Fox, I think you're going to see a better chance it's at noon because they like to put their Ohio State games at noon, and CBS is going to want to put their bigger games at 3:30. But there you go. Starting off the season, 3:30 kick against Akron. Then the next weekend, Western Michigan, 7:30 on BTN. That is 7:30 p.m. So
I'm sure Paul Keels loves that kickoff time.
Let me tell you.
Right? And he loved the
I don't
non-traditional, like not big-time matchups flexed to prime time. Yeah, get that Western game.
Let's be honest.
On at 7:30 or 8.
Most of the people who are working at the game, now this says nothing about the fans, but you and I obviously work in this business. We know a lot of people who work at these games. No one is happy that this game is at 7:30 who was working because they're like, well, it's going to be a 40-point blowout, we presume. It's going to be a big game, like a big win for the Buckeyes. It's not like you're going to have that drama that would warrant that type of late kick, right? The bigger games make sense when you have Notre Dame or a traditional power opponent that you're playing. That's not what happened.
Now, look, I know, and we do a bunch of tailgate stuff too, right? So having that 7:30 puts things at a certain day part because we're on the air many, many, many hours before a kickoff. And it doesn't really matter what time. This is my own personal selfishness. I love the noon kickoffs, especially if it's early in the season when it's usually a lot hotter outside. You get into that like 2 to 5 o'clock hours. If it's sunny, it could be 90 or feeling like 95 degrees, depending on what we catch. So first 2 weeks, especially against the likes of Akron and Western Michigan, I would have loved to see 2 noons to start, especially that second one that's at 7:30. I would have liked that on the opposite end of the spectrum, but it's not the way it is. And you will get better crowds out there walking around outside the stadium at all the parties and tailgates and such.
We also, I guess, know a little bit more about the game that's going to be at Wrigley. That is the Northwestern game because they have their field is being redone, so they have a smaller field there for some of their games, but
that's going to be wild to watch, by the way.
It is.
Their tiny field right by the lake.
Well, we're not going to be there.
We're not going to, no, but they will have home
those games
there.
Yes.
See what those look like. Yeah.
Apparently, they said, this is the most info we have. It's either noon or 3:30 TBA as to what network. And again, I think if that is a Fox game, it's probably a noon.
Big noon, yeah. If not, then 3:30.
Yeah. So we'll find out what that is. And obviously, we know the Michigan game. That's the other time we are aware of. Noon on Fox, as everybody should know. So there you go. That's what the latest we have. A couple more dates for Ohio State. So there we go. We started off the show with Ohio State football schedule news. It can only go uphill from here. That's where, we start with
kick times.
Here are kick times, baby.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Coming up next, Timmy has a story about what happens when your dad quits the job where you work, but you still want to stay working there. What is that like? Well, someone in sports is dealing with that right now. We'll talk about it next. It's Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
You're looking at some slower traffic on southbound 270 on the East Outer Belt between Livingston Avenue and I-70. And we've got a couple-minute delay on northbound 71 on the north side between 670 and 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Allstate. You're in good hands. Some people just know there's a better way to do things, like bundling your home and auto insurance with Allstate. Why make things harder than they need to be? There's a better way to save time and money. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Looking for reliable roofing services in Central Ohio? Go with Nitro Roofing. We'll get the job done right the first time. Reach out today for a free estimate at nitroroofing.com.
I'm Tiffany, founder of Harlem Pilates. When I couldn't find Pilates in my neighborhood, I started a studio from my studio apartment. Chase Inc. helped me grow from 1 Pilates studio to 3. Because when you start small, you're going to need some big help.
With the Chase Ink Business Cash Card, you can earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for Business. Make more with yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank. NA member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate. And look at you, hands perfectly placed on the wheel. Not like the driver to the right of you who's really going after that drum solo. Save with DriveWise in the Allstate app and only pay a rate based on you.
Not available in every state, subject to terms and conditions. Rating factors and savings vary, and in some states your rate could increase with high-risk driving. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This offer is only available at Reichert Ford. 0% financing for 72 months on every 2023 Ford F-150 in stock. Take advantage of Reichert's rate before it's too late. Lock in your 0% rate and take a new truck home today. Thousands of vehicles are waiting at ReichertFord.com.
With approved credit. See dealer for details. And 6324.
Exclusively at Reichert Ford. 0% for 72 months is now available on every new 23 F-150 in stock. Hundreds of trucks at ReichertFord.com. We're dealing.
Get the right car at Reichert.
We're dealing.
Don't miss the hot deals at the Right Rug Flooring Outlet Super Sale. 2 locations, Poth Road in Whitehall and Hebron Road in Heath. Save up to 80% on truckloads of floors and more, including tile starting at 19 cents a square foot. Find a massive selection of laminate, luxury vinyl, and carpet, all drastically reduced. Everything for your next project. 24-month financing is available with approved credit. Hurry, the Right Rug Flooring Outlet Super Sale ends June 5th. Dealers welcome.
Bobby Carpenter once sold workout equipment on QVC Canada. There's no joke here. That actually happened. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekdays starting at 6.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. I need you to listen up real quick. One of the largest manufacturers in the United States for CPAP machines recently announced they're suspending sales of all their breathing machines over problems with the devices. Millions of Philips Respironic ventilators and CPAP machines are being recalled now that they've reached a plea agreement with the FDA. That all doesn't sound good. And maybe you're thinking, yeah, that's why I'm not going to deal with my sleep apnea because I don't want to have a bulky CPAP. Well, this is where you need to call my guy, Dr. Mark Levy. Dr. Mark Levy has dedicated his practice to helping people who suffer from sleep apnea, and he can create a custom mouthpiece for you that stops your snoring and effectively treats your sleep apnea with no CPAP machine. Yeah, he's in network with most major medical insurers and is a Medicare provider too. This is Dr. Mark Levy's passion. He's been doing this a long time. He wants to help you with your sleep apnea and also make it so your partner doesn't want to murder you dead because you snore so much. So do what I did. Call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or book an appointment online at sleepbettercolumbus.com.
2 guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same 2 guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Flexible, secure, fun. Oh, and great pay, too. Are you not sure what you want to do for a career? Or are you thinking of changing careers? Being a dental hygienist or dental assistant may be the perfect fit for you and provides all of these perks, plus more. Talk with a dentist in your community or visit ODA.org to learn more. Become a valuable member of the dental team and start helping people love their smile. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
Is your IRS tax debt making you feel anxious? The professionals at Allies Tax Relief are ready to negotiate your fresh start. Call them now, 800-230-5174.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
It is nice out there today. It is bright and it is sunny. We're going 70 for the high temperature today. Tonight we drop down to 47. And TGIF, tomorrow is Friday. We're looking at temperatures up around 75, slightly warmer under sunny skies. Clouds increase on Saturday. Rain returns by Saturday evening. I'm Doppler 10 meteorologist Dylan Rubbershod on 97.1 The Fan.
Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
And from every dime a dog night in the Midwest,
because he's fat.
Here's Man and Bone.
Hope Thursday's going well. It is a Name That Hole Thursday. We'll do that at 5:34. You can tweet us your holes at manandbone971.
Mm-hmm. You can also text the burner phone, 787-3093. 614-787-3093. Indulge me for a minute. I want to tell you about my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. I can't do common man's phrase because that's his phrase. But you know what he would say if we had to talk about the very serious issue that is erectile dysfunction. It's no good. It's no good, folks. You need erectile function in your life. They've got treatments at Tri-State Men's Health with success rates over 90%, 9 out of 10. That's pretty good. And some of the treatments, how long would you want to last? You know, how long would you want to go? They got treatments that can have you go in an hour or more. Wow. Dear God. That's a long time. I think that's more than you need. So they've got an expert staff, really great locations, 2 of them here in Central Ohio, the one in Hilliard there that I see for the low T on Cemetery and 270. Easy to get to work after that, too, close to the highway. Expert staff, beautiful, clean facilities. So check them out. Schedule a consult with Tri-State Men's Health. You get the consult, the T and PSA test. The initial visit's $99. You can get the test dose. And if it doesn't work in the office, the visit is free. You could be doing it the very next day.
Look at that.
That is a quick turnaround.
Oh,
erectile.
Oh, there we go.
Erectile.
Done. All right.
Like a projectile.
I mean, I'm just going to say it. PP no worky, right? Isn't that what, can't you say that? You can say that. Did he trademark that?
PP worky.
Okay, there you go. Nice. All right. So this is a thing that I would presume is one of the few downsides of nepotism. Nepotism gets you the opportunity to get a job maybe you're not qualified for, gets you an opportunity to talk to people who otherwise probably would never talk to you, but because someone that is your parent is very good at what they did, you get a better chance at getting a job. Well, there's downside. What if that parent gets fired and it's kind of public and everyone knows about it and you share their last name and, let's say you're an NFL coach and it happens to be the New England Patriots and your dad's Bill Belichick.
And you're Brian Belichick.
That seems like that would not be great.
Gerard Mayo is the new head coach there, right? So, yeah, there's been a lot of talk about this up in New England, Bone, with Brian still being there. And they also had Steve Belichick, right, who departed. He took the defensive coordinator job at the University of Washington. I had forgot about that. Brian has been on the coaching staff since 2017 and is sticking around. He said, I enjoy very much, I like the way he talks, I enjoy very much coaching here, living here, working with our players every day. I've got the opportunity to coach a position in the National Football League. I mean, how much more can you ask for than that? And Mayo kind of alluded to, the unique dynamic that Brian is in. And so the head coach's comments on him, he said, he's been great. He's been fantastic. There are other guys in the organization that it has been a little awkward for him. I thought that was interesting. And those guys have handled it the right way. Look, Brian loves football. He loves New England. I think I talked about this a little bit earlier, but a guy, new baby, loves it up here and wants to stay. We're happy that he's here. And then, the part where Brian talked about it makes it a little bit easier with the family dynamics now, which I can totally understand that. He said, I think it was good for us to have some separation from being in a football building every day, seeing each other, whereas now we're not just connected by football. Not that it was that way before, but, we talk about other things because we're in different places, not in the same place every day.
Yeah, I can't imagine what it's like to work with your dad or your parent at a job, just because, I love my parents, I love my dad, but there's also this idea of you want to be your own person, or at least I do, and I think it would be weird in that situation where you go in every day and your dad is Bill Belichick. You've got his last name. Everyone is aware of the connection you have. And you have to go in there. And I'm sure after a while it just becomes, you don't think about it, right? You're there doing your job just like anyone else. But I'm sure the first few weeks of that have to be tough because you feel that intensity of, I'm under the microscope because people think I have this job because of my dad. I have to prove them wrong. Well, now, after dad leaves, that intensity comes back a little bit, where you start to feel it on the back of your neck a little that, hey, dad's not here anymore. I obviously
my protector's not here.
Well,
yeah, also, type of thing.
Let's say when you came in, maybe you felt like, I got to show everyone how wrong they are. Well, maybe there's a little bit of now, I've got to show everyone that, Jared Mayo's not wrong. Like, he's made the right call to keep me here.
Absolutely.
Like, that intensity comes back again. I'm not trying to say feel bad for these guys. What I'm saying is that is a weird situation. And if I were in, Brian Belichick? Because Steve Belichick is up at Washington.
Yep, Brian. We're talking about Brian.
Like, either one of them, I would feel like, at some point, I don't want to be under my dad's shadow, but I also don't want to be compared to him because most people aren't going to win as many championships as Bill Belichick is. Hell, Bill Belichick right now probably doesn't want to be compared to Bill Belichick in his prime because he's not getting the opportunities he used to.
It's fair and it's unfair, and here's the thing. Like, you are probably getting the head start of getting some of these jobs because of who your dad was.
Of course you are.
So then I think some of that unfairness where people are going to maybe look at Brian a little bit differently and maybe not notice every single bullet point about his coaching chops, but they're going to first, without doing their research, right, jump to, well, you're Bill Belichick's son. So we all know why you got there. What I'm saying is that part of it, I guess, is fair in a way because you are starting off from a better spot to get some of these positions. Now it's up to you to continue to, Kyle Shanahan has done that, right? I think he's gone out there and shown everybody. Now he's got to win the big one, right?
Yeah.
But he has gotten his franchises he's worked for right to the precipice. He's just got to bust that door down. His dad being a 2-time Super Bowl champ. It's so frequent in football, though. Like, right? We talked about this before this week, how football nepotism is like different than anywhere else. Even in other, it's not like in other major sports we don't see sons come up and make it go. That happens, but football and in coaching especially.
Yeah, I feel like that does happen more in football, and it does seem to also happen a lot in broadcasting, as we discussed. But that's it's a weird dynamic. I don't know as a dad what the right call is there either, because I want the best for my kids. I want them to do their best, but like I would struggle to say get my kids involved here at the Fan when they're old enough, because I would say, this is an interesting career choice, but it's not for everybody. And I wouldn't want to like shoehorn them into it. The other side of that is also you can make a good living working in the media, but most people are not becoming multimillionaires off it. If you are a really good head coach in the NFL, you can become a multimillionaire. And I could understand how a dad might say, well, I want to give my kid every chance to make the type of money I did, because I had a good career. I'd like them to have a chance to maybe be a head coach someday.
Yeah, and if they love football and gravitate towards what I do, then maybe it'll be something that can stick. But
I've softened on that because over the years, I would probably have told you I would never do that. I would never like try to make my kid, get hired as an NFL coach. But again, I'm not an NFL coach. I'm not staring at a potential of millions of dollars for them that I already earned, but now they have a chance to continue that. Mm-hmm. And that's a different thing, like get your kid that lottery ticket too. I don't know. That's a tougher call. Let's ask this question, because we've watched plenty of games on network television, right? That's where we watch a lot of our games. Some of them are on the app, some of them are on cable, but
Fox, CBS, NBC.
This is where the biggest
Peacock
games
now, right?
Most of them still are there, but there's some problems for these networks that broadcast their favorite games. We're going to dive into that next. It's Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
You should know that McKinley Avenue between Grandview Avenue and Harper Road is currently closed, so seek an alternate route there. And we've got some slow traffic on southbound 315 between 670 West and Town Street. This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Taco Bell is introducing the new Cantina Chicken menu with a new Cantina Chicken burrito, quesadilla, bowl, and tacos, featuring their new slow-roasted chicken. Try the new Cantina Chicken menu today at a participating U.S. Taco Bell location while supplies last. Contact store for participation, which varies. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Looking for reliable roofing services in Central Ohio? Go with Nitro Roofing. We'll get the job done right the first time. Reach out today for a free estimate at nitroroofing.com.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone for my crew at Valley Ford of Columbus. Looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle without breaking the bank? Well, it's the Drive America Celebration Sale at Valley Ford, and they have a sweet selection of certified pre-owned Ford Blue Advantage cars, trucks, and SUVs waiting for you. One of the big keys to Valley's success, satisfied customers like me. Their selection and savings on certified pre-owned Ford Blue Advantage vehicles is outstanding. Stop in today or shop the selection online right now. Valley takes all the risk out of buying because every certified pre-owned Ford Blue Advantage vehicle with blue or gold certification features a minimum 139-point inspection. And here's the big one. They're also backed by a 14-day or 1,000-mile money-back guarantee. That's right. They stand behind every one of them with a money-back guarantee. Go online and see them all or get to Valley for a test drive and see and feel the quality. Get the better deal. Get to the Drive America Celebration Sale and keep on trucking at Valley Ford of Columbus. Vehicle must be returned within 14 days or 1,000 miles, whichever comes first from the original sales date and mileage as stated on bill of sale, and returned in same condition as sold. Other restrictions may apply. See dealer for details.
There's a little slice of heaven in a mountain town escape. A pace of life that's less hurried, more authentic, where people greet you with a smile and experiences feel down to earth, yet elevated. From Appalachian art to wineries and craft breweries, live music to a lively spirit. This is West Virginia. We call it almost heaven. Plan your getaway now at wvtourism.com.
With spring ball behind us, we're officially gearing up for the most anticipated football season ever. Excited, nervous, terrified to your very core? Think of us as your emotional safe space. Always your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
Hey there, friends. It's Bo Bishop here, and my friends at RCD RV are blazing a trail in the RV industry. RCD now has 5 stores in Ohio to serve you with the best brands, new and pre-owned RVs for every budget. Your summer vacation will be one to remember when you skip the smog and spend your nights under the stars. The beautiful night sky, making those memories with the whole family. They're going to cherish it forever. Visit them at any of their 3 locations in Central Ohio and 5 in the Buckeye State or online anytime at rcdrv.com.
You know that project you've been working on, just chipping away at it, dreaming of the day you get to show it off? Then, when you're least expecting it, cancer. And finishing that project actually happens. I would know. I've been restoring this car for years, and today I'm giving it to my granddaughter. It's her 16th birthday and 2 years since my cancer diagnosis.
Mom, you finished it?
Happy birthday, boo-boo. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keep-making-plans to learn more.
Common Man here for Care Heating and Cooling. Weather is unpredictable, but the inside of your home should be comfortable just the way you like it. And the best way to avoid those unnecessary surprises is with a care plan. See, with a care plan, you get priority service, system maintenance in case of an emergency. Just another way to give you and your family peace of mind. And maintaining your systems properly can help save you money. A properly maintained furnace and air conditioner run more efficiently, reducing your utility usage. Regular maintenance also prevents breakdowns and extends the life of your equipment. I'm on the care plan, and I'm quite the expert. I'll stop by and give your system a once-over. I will. Don't tempt me. I end every commercial the same way, telling you to hire Care when you need a company you can trust. It's not just a slogan. That's the Care creed. How about this? Lennox. They have thousands of dealers nationwide. HVAC royalty. Last year, Lennox gave Care their coveted Partner of the Year award because they're trusted by their customers and their partners. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING or book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com when you need a company you can trust.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
You wanted the best. Instead, you got these two. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
It is a Name That Hole Thursday. No Common Man today. Timmy Hall in for him. We will do Name That Hole, that segment at 5:34. We'll also do Degenerate T-Bone coming up at the 4 o'clock hour. And by the way, Man and Bone, even though he's not here, I can tell you that whenever we want to do our banging, when we ever want to go bet on some sports action, something like what I'm trying to say, you know where we go. It's Hollywood Casino Columbus, the sports book there, right in the middle of Hollywood Casino. All that square footage, 12,000 square feet, tons of TVs, great food, great drinks. And I always like to bring this up, a live person there that can take your bet. You can, present your cash and get the bet slip and do that whole thing like you do in Vegas. Or you can just go to a kiosk, not talk to a soul, and just hit some faceless buttons that print out your ticket. And then if you win, however you want to redeem it, you get your money and you enjoy it. But you can do that all at Hollywood Casino Columbus at the Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Best of both worlds there.
Okay,
window
right?
or no window.
Whichever one you like. Maybe you're very social. You like to talk. Maybe you like to step over the, passed out Scotty Vegas laying on the floor there because he's always there at Hollywood Casino. You can do that too.
Big screen TVs, man. Best place to watch.
There are some big screens there. Lots of them. Lots of screens. So this is a news item that no one needs any real. I don't think most people are shocked by this, that the people who watch broadcast television, the audience is getting older. I said there were some problems for the people who broadcast the games. Well, this is it, right? Like CBS, ABC, NBC, Fox, and even the CW, they looked at an average of what the median age is of their typical viewer. Median age of the viewers that watch primetime broadcast television every week. Median meaning 50% of the people, 49.9% are above that age, 49.9% are below it. That's the median, right? It's just
right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Yep.
The number for network primetime viewership has been over 50 for a long time. That median number, it's above 50 now as well. It's 64.6.
65.
Median age of viewers. That means half the people watching it are older than 65, half are younger, but that is not where the TV viewership numbers would be wanted, right, for this. I also saw that the cable news networks, and I thought this was shocking to me, but I guess it's not when you think about it. The average or the median age for that, for just those, Fox News, CNN, MSNBC.
Oh, it's going to be older.
It's almost 70.
Almost 70.
69.6 years old.
Well, it's funny as you
shocks me.
As you present these numbers, I'm thinking about just what I do with network TV this day and age, and I can't tell you there is a single show that I watch.
Right.
That is produced by ABC, NBC, CBS, or Fox. Not one that is in the repertoire right now. But like you said, you go there for sports. Like that is what keeps those things driving for somebody like me. You go there for sports. Whatever platform you're watching that on, whether it's one of their streaming services or whether it's on the actual channel, it doesn't matter. I don't think it matters whether you're talking about DirecTV or YouTube TV, just on the channel, whether that's streaming over the internet or basic cable, whatever
it's watching live television.
Watching it live.
Watching a live broadcast of network television, or you know what I mean, like whatever show they have on at the time, in that time slot. Yeah, it's a thing that doesn't happen that often.
I don't even think I watch any of those network shows on their apps. So, I could watch it old stuff. Like I've already gone through The Office a couple of times. That was maybe the last show that I watched on NBC. Any kind of regularity. And, it used to be on Netflix. I'm sure it's on Peacock now, whatever, when that deal ended. I've seen that 2 or 3 times over. Parks and Rec, I guess. But, yeah, if it's a comedy or a drama series, I mean, Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, that stuff was AMC.
That's all cable, right?
Yeah, AMC, I was in on that. But, Stranger Things, Netflix. I think when Netflix came around and you had like a certain fee, it hurt all their regular programming. Forget about the sports. That's why they pay so much money. They have to, right? They have to pay these ungodly amounts of money for sports because that's what brings viewers to their spots.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to say, is if you're wondering why these TV networks pay so much money for sports, here's a little telling example for you. They had one show that was number one with whatever age demo, whether it was men, women, kids, name the demo. There was no show that did better on network primetime television last year as far as the numbers it drew than Sunday Night Football's like pregame telecast. Now they don't, I don't know if they count the entire game as part of that, but they obviously, the show every week is, there's a produced show that goes with that.
Football Night in America.
Yeah. Football Night in America was the number one show in any demo on network primetime television.
Wow.
And again, then the NFL games make a ton of, those are the number one rated things. If you haven't seen this, you can go look at the top 50 things on television last year. It's going to be 50 NFL games, probably. And if it's not, it's probably like something that is a big college football game, or it is like maybe the Oscars, But even then, probably not.
Might be, for this past year, a couple of the women's basketball games.
Could be that, yeah. A couple of those crept up
the
there,
top
certainly.
10, crap the top.
That may be this year. You're
20
exactly
maybe.
right.
Yeah.
But again, it's either big time, once a year events like an Oscars made for TV type of thing, or it's sports. So that's why they're paying all this money for live sporting events, because nothing else out there generates this, and nothing else gets the audience. The other thing I noted here, there was one show on Primetime Network television, and even not including this NFL stuff, there was only one show that had a median age under 50. And if you don't know why we're bringing up the age thing, it's not, I don't care what age you are, that's fine. It's that advertisers, they typically want the 18 to 49. That is the age group they covet. That 18 to 49 demo is important to them.
They want They want spenders who are at a certain point in their life.
Yeah. They've
got disposable income. They're not thinking about, the next phase and trying to save their money till the end. They want people that are in the prime of their careers that are spending bucks right now.
It may change over time, but traditionally 18 to 49 has been the demographic that advertisers say we want
25 to 54.
That's who everyone's trying to get when they get football. They're trying to get that demo. That's why they're or basketball or whatever sport they're advertising.
What's the show?
Bob's Burgers is the one show that had a median age that was in that demo, and it was 49.1 years old.
I was going to say The Simpsons or something like that.
No, it was a cartoon.
Yeah,
on Fox.
a cartoon.
But that's
50.
This is what I'm telling you. Like, that's, if you wonder why they spend so much money on sports, it's because none of the stuff they're making is getting the people to watch.
Are you watching anything on those networks anymore? Like, what do you watch?
No, honestly, it's funny because Bob's Burgers is one of the shows that I will watch occasionally. But again, I have YouTube TV, so you can just add a show you like.
Right, and then you've got
it'll catch every one of them that ever's on.
I'll count that, though, because in this case, we're talking about something that is produced by a network, like something that they do.
Other than sports, that's the one.
I don't watch anything other than sports.
It's fascinating.
I'm trying to think of everything I watch. Like, I watch Bar Rescue at time. I still like to watch John Taffer yelling at people.
But do you sit there?
This place sucks.
Do you sit there? But I don't know when Bar Rescue's on. I don't even know what channel it's on.
I think it's Paramount, which maybe you could.
Okay, but
who owns that? But it's still not one of the main networks.
No, but what I'm saying is
NBC might own them.
No, that's CBS.
CBS owns
Paramount
them.
Plus is CBS.
That's what I thought.
But what I'm saying is, how have you sat around and said, "Oh, I got to get to Paramount Network at Thursday night at 9 p.m. to watch the new Bar Rescue"?
No, of course
you flip it on and go, "I'll watch 3 or 4 episodes or whatever you have time for."
There might be 5 people in the world that watch TV that way anymore.
And so, what is the one thing that everybody around typically goes, I got to get by my TV and watch it?
Sports.
If they're doing it for anything, it's a sporting event.
Ted, you watch stuff on the networks? You got any shows?
My favorite show is Survivor. I watch it when it's live on Wednesday nights.
You do?
But you know what?
Here on Channel 10.
You know what? I'm going to actually
just finished up last week.
I know Survivor has...
You've been extinguished.
There's drama.
Tribe has spoken.
Teddy needs the Tribe has spoken shirt. Teddy, you need to get on Survivor, actually.
What were you saying?
I was just going to say.
Old for that.
But Survivor, what does Survivor have? It's probably one of the more popular shows still on television. It has competition and drama. Yeah. And there's a resolution usually every week. There's some kind of drama.
It's kind of like sports then, huh?
Yeah. What do you have in sports?
Does it have
competition and drama.
Does it have any nudity?
No, there's no nudity. If somebody's outfit or something comes down during a competition, then they would just blur that out, or if it was necessary. Or
are they doing that more now because they're like, we got to get some? Even I didn't know if they were suddenly.
I've been watching some of the older Survivors, because on Paramount Plus they have a Survivor channel that you can just flip it on and it's on, and they back in the day they just went more for, I'd say, the skin on some of these.
They were showing
some of these contestants. Skin. Yeah, it's not as much today. They've gotten a little bit better.
They've gotten more serious.
There is a naked Survivor that competes. It's Naked and Afraid. It's not the exact same show, but it's just being naked and trying to survive.
That show is I will tell you personally, that's a little disheartening when I watch that show, because I just see sometimes the blur that's flopping around on some of these dudes, and I'm like, well, that's wow, okay, that must be nice. You're just flopping that thing around with the blur is like a foot long. What's happening? It's insanity.
They might be trying to go extra, just in case.
Maybe they're making it up, right? Maybe that's not real. I don't know.
It's a heck of an arm you got there.
I know. Is
he like Baines in the shower?
Bane?
Yeah, not Bane from Batman.
Not Bane.
It was the are you Celtics.
Looking down there?
I got to find the audio. I don't know where it is, Teddy. See, I don't have it here.
It is well put together.
It is put together.
I saw House in the shower.
Yeah. That's
Who was
something.
the guy?
I don't remember.
Big Australian dude.
Yeah, from the Celtics, but I can't remember. Oh well. Well, you'll hear that audio sometime
if you want.
You got to play real quick. Go ahead.
All right, here we go.
Great job.
Maybe if it's going to play.
I took a look at Baines in the shower. He looks like all of Australia. He is really put together.
It's too much.
Oh, I like it.
Is Timmy's favorite team changed its name? We'll tell you next. Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
You should watch for some debris on the roadway if you're on eastbound 270 on the north outer belt after 23, and you'll hit slower traffic, a few minute delay on eastbound 70 on the east side between Hamilton Road and 270. This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. The free AutoZone Fix Finder service can help troubleshoot the likely cause of your pesky check engine light for free and help you save time and money down the road. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Looking for reliable roofing services in Central Ohio? Go with Nitro Roofing. We'll get the job done right the first time. Reach out today for a free estimate at nitroroofing.com.
My guys at Germain Lexus are getting ready for the Memorial. What they do every single year is let the golfers drive around in beautiful Lexuses for the week. Then they take those cars and sell them to you. You could be driving Rory's car. The Germain all-month-long celebration's going on right now. You can get great deals like this one. 2024 RX 350, 36-month lease, 10,000 miles per year, $49.99 down, $519 a month. I just picked up my brand new RX 350 a few weeks ago. It is plush. Germain Lexus of Dublin and Easton, GermainLexus.com.
Hi, this is Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. As a local family-owned business, we understand the importance of celebrating the ones we love. Stop in to find the perfect gift or check us out online at worthingtonjewelers.com.
The Columbus Gun Show at the Ohio Expo Center this weekend. Everything you need for the shooting, sports, and self-defense. Saturday 9 to 5, Sunday 9 to 4. Coupon and more info at cegunshows.com.
Hey, it's Anthony here for the Good Feet store. You know, we do a segment on the show every week called Pressure, but that's about sports. What about the pressure your feet endure every day? I know mine did. When I went to the Good Feet store, I learned I was out of line. I joked, I already know that. They said, no, physically, my feet weren't being supported the right way. So when I went to the store on Polaris Parkway, they also have one on Stringtown Road, I took all the time I needed to walk around the store to see what felt and fit the best in my shoes. Once I had them in, my personal arch supports from the Good Feet store, my lower back pain went away. What a feeling. You need to get your free personalized fitting by one of their arch support specialists. For arch supports to be effective, they require a precision fit. That's why Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store. You like them? You can wear them home. You have nothing to lose but the pain. So go to goodfeet.com today or go in and try the Good Feet feeling. Comfort, energy, performance, and pain relief, all from the Good Feet store.
The Memorial is coming, and we'll be there, and you'll be there, and we'll all be. You get the point. The Fan is broadcasting live from the Memorial.
Sponsored by Ohio for Responsible Gambling and Orthopedic One.
The Fan.
Welcome back to Collector's Closet, presented by the Ohio Lottery. Let's discuss my newest prize possession, this new $10 scratch-off, the $500,000 Platinum Jackpot. The best method I've found so far to help it hold its value is to vacuum seal it. This thing cannot get scratched. What's that? Sorry, my producer's telling me the only way it could be worth up to $500,000 is if I do scratch it? Okay, well, in that case, definitely don't overprotect your $500,000 Platinum Jackpot scratch-offs. Play them. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
What's up, sandwich heads? Today on Steve-O's Sandwich Reviews, we've got the tips and tricks to the best sandwich order. And it all starts with this little guy right here. The crisp, refreshing taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar. Every bite is better with Pepsi.
Join Pepsi and the Greater Columbus Arts Council for the Columbus Arts Festival, June 7th through 9th along the downtown riverfront. 250 artists, 4 stages of music, dance, theater, and spoken word. Activities for families, great food, and much more. ColumbusArtsFestival.org.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. So give your friends something to look at and make this a summer to share and save with a capable Kia SUV like the Sorento, Sportage, Seltos, or Telluride, or a powerful sedan like the fun-to-drive Forte, each backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. And for a limited time, get 1.9% APR for 48 months for well-qualified buyers and $1,000 bonus cash on specially tagged 2024 Sportage and Sorrento models. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Financing for 24 to 48 months from Kia Finance, subject to credit approval for purchase of a new 2024 Sportage or Sorrento. Excludes hybrids and PHEVs. $21.65 per month per $1,000 financed at 48 months. $1,000 bonus cash on specially tagged models must be applied as down payment. Must take delivery by 7/8/24. Limited inventory. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See retailer for details.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Listen to this show or go to hell. This is Man and Bone.
You can tweet the program at Man and Bone 971. Name That Whole Thursday is today. So if you have a situation, maybe experience something where you say, I don't know, was I being an a-hole? Was that person being an a-hole? Or maybe you just want a judgment on some other situation. It's not related to you, but you heard about it, whatever. You can tweet it to us at Man and Bone 971, or you can text us on the burner phone, 614-787-3093.
Yes. Send some stuff to us.
Yeah.
Please. We need some holes.
Timmy is filling in for Mike today. We will go to Degenerate T-Bone 448, name that hole 534. But Timmy, I know your team is in the NFL. Your team is the Commanders, the Washington football team previously. Before that, another name. That team is apparently the majority of the fan base, according to a Washington Post poll, is not in favor. The majority of the fan base is not in favor of the name Commanders. According to the Post, 54% of respondents say they either dislike or hate the Commanders nickname.
I would say I dislike it.
Okay. That's fair.
I wouldn't go all the way to hate, but it's tough. And I know the issue will be, should they change it again? I know, when Magic got involved, pretty much right away, right after you had the Commanders for a year or two, there was already discussion of changing the name. And for me, at the beginning, it was just a little bit of exhaustion. Like, come on, guys. Like, why? Like, you just went from the Washington Redskins. You had to give that up. You went to Washington football team. There was this movement to keep it as the Washington football team because that was cool and different. And they liked the little logo that they made. And then, boom, we get in there and like what usually happens when businessmen are involved with a decision like this, they don't seem to listen to the group that should matter the most, which is the fan base, and you come out with something stupid.
Yeah.
And I think not only do I think the name, I dislike the name, I hate the uniforms.
Yeah,
I hate
those
them.
new uniforms. They could have just stayed.
Suck.
They could have stayed with mostly the classic look and just changed very minimally, added in Commanders, but instead they went. They went a little too far.
When
with it. I'm not saying they're
wore
bad.
my LeVar Arrington jersey in here that one day on draft night, it was the retro. Like that one's that old, right? I spent my own money for that when I was a teenager to pick a player very carefully that I liked, that I thought would be around. Number 56, high draft pick, LeVar Arrington, right out of Penn State. Not that the Penn State thing mattered because Ohio State wasn't a glint in my eyes at that point in time. But that uniform, that top, like the one Jim Lachey wore, it doesn't need to be much different than that. Just burgundy and gold. And they just change the color schemes in the numbers, and the black uniform that they wear is stupid. They should have picked a name with the letter R, and they had the famous Joe Gibbs hat, right? Joe always wore a retro hat with the cursive R. Most famous coach in team history, one of the most famous coaches in league history. Big NASCAR guy, too, that you love. They should have used something with the letter R, like Red Tails or Red Hogs. Gone with that, slapped it on the helmet, and the tops and the pants are exactly the same.
Yeah, well, that's what they could have done. They chose not to. And, of course, you had one dumb owner who had the team previously, Dan Snyder, who tried to guide them through that. Well, now you have new ownership, right? Josh Harris took over. He and his wife, Marjorie Harris, they are the owners of the team. Well, Marjorie was talking to the media Wednesday, and she said the nickname is not going anywhere, but then use these two key words for now. She said the name issue is going to be on the side for now until we get things going. I had a whole day out in the community. I kept referring to the team as the Commanders. And you know what? It sounds pretty good to me. For now, it's the Commanders. So the team president, Jason Wright, also had said similarly, like, yeah, I mean, that's not in our purview right now. But I don't think it's too long that they will try to do this, because that's what new ownership typically likes to do, is put their own stamp on things, get their own sense of it. It may not be for 4 or 5 years, but I don't know that.
Honestly,
I'm curious.
it's embarrassing.
Well, here's what
it's
I was gonna say.
embarrassing because you just got to do this twice.
Well, that's what I mean.
I don't know why it had to be the Washington football team first. Because how many years did you delay and did you wait and deflect about, oh, no, the people love Washington Redskins. Like, it's a heritage thing. And
exactly.
Everyone actually loves it. And the people that don't, they're wrong. Like, they waited forever, like dying on that hill.
And then they waited, 2+ years to change it from the football team because they couldn't figure out any good ideas.
It's ridiculous. That's why I'm iffy on changing it again, just because it's so embarrassing that you've taken a famous franchise like this and you're changing the name every couple years. It's absurd.
I have another thought on this, and it's very simple. When you buy a football team or you buy any sports team, that doesn't mean you just suddenly have to change everything. When it comes to the logo, the name, the traditions, I'm not saying
you
obviously
shouldn't.
No,
just do whatever you can not to.
That's what happened when the Haslam's bought the Browns. They had to change everything, and then what they end up doing?
Crew?
They changed it all back. Yeah, when they also bought the Crew, they did the same thing. Had to change the logo because we got to put our stamp on it. You can put your stamp on it by winning. And to be fair to the Haslam's with the Crew, at least they have won. They have put a stamp on it by that. Didn't need the logo change. I don't know why these ownership group thinks when they come in, we've got to change everything so people know we own it. We saw the reports. Go win. People will be really excited about you being the owners. That's okay. The NCAA may let teams do something that at least Ohio State is already doing, but we'll get into this. It's a little bit more of what we've been seeing on the field. It's going to become a lot more obnoxious. That's coming up next. Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
You should keep in mind that McKinley Avenue between Grandview Avenue and Harper Road is closed, so seek an alternate route there. And you'll hit slower traffic on westbound 161 between New Albany Road and Hamilton Road. This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Need to hire? You need Indeed. Their all-in-one platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. And Indeed's interview tool lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from their website. Visit Indeed.com/credit. I'm Nicole for 97.1, The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Glow Fiber. Glow Fiber Business is now in Ohio. With prepackaged and customized fully fiber optic business internet solutions, call 1-833-WANT-GLOW or visit glowfiberbusiness.com today.
When you come to Diamonds Direct, we know it's always the start of a celebration, an engagement, your wedding day, honoring a lifetime of love, searching for that special birthday gift for the one you love the most, and all the celebrations in between. That's why we've curated a shopping experience to match your excitement. You walk into a beautiful showroom with experts eager to help, or if you prefer, just explore on your own as long as you like. At Diamonds Direct, we've taken pressure out of the process. Our experts are cheerful and engaging. We'll help you on your terms with your price range when you're ready. We've made it easy by offering virtually unlimited options. With everything in our showcase being handpicked for its beauty and quality, you can't go wrong. You are guaranteed to get the best value because we are the value leader, and you have confidence in knowing you are protected with our lifetime warranties and guarantees. Diamonds Direct's experience is designed with our goal of creating not just a happy moment, but a magical one. So you leave smiling, just like you came in. Diamonds Direct, for your best moments in life. Get store hours and directions at diamondsdirect.com.
Are you confident letting just anyone on the roof of your home? I'm Craig Schottenstein, owner of Schottenstein Roofing. Our team is dedicated to delivering outstanding value on every roof we repair or replace. Schottenstein Roofing. Go to schottensteinroofing.com.
Big things are happening on the east side.
We're ready to deal. Come negotiate during May's Dealin' Days at Lindsay Honda. Lower payments, better financing, more value for any trade. Shop lindsayhonda.com and see new Hondas with thousands in savings plus many other deals. We'll work hard to get you a payment you can afford. Now, during May Dealin' Days at Lindsay Honda.
Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference.
See lindsayhonda.com for program details.
Great coaching can make all the difference, especially when it comes to your money. At Right Pac Credit Union, our financial coaches are on your team. We'll help you create a winning game plan that's customized for your unique needs, so you can make the most of your hard-earned money and live the life you want to live. Best of all, Right Pac Credit Union serves all of Central Ohio, so getting in the game is easy. Let's win together. Stop by one of our Central Ohio member centers to get started today. Equal housing opportunity, insured by NCUA.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Open your door to a beautiful Nature Stone basement floor. This is Paul Keels for Nature Stone. Save up to 50% during their May is for Moms sales event. Schedule your free cost estimate today at naturestone.com. It's not just a floor. Wow, it's Nature Stone.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keels. You can make your plans for the fall with 2 more firm kickoff times announced today for the Ohio State football season. The opener, August 31st against Akron, will be a 3:30 kickoff. Week 2 with Western Michigan, September 7th, a 7:30 start. NBA playoffs tonight. Dallas at Minnesota in the Western Conference Finals. Mavericks lead the Timberwolves 3-1. NHL playoffs, Eastern Finals, Florida at New York. That series is tied at 2-2. Columbus Clippers at home with a doubleheader with Lehigh Valley tonight. Off day for both the Cleveland Guardians and the Cincinnati Reds. Ohio State's Robert Cash and J.J. Tracy, who won the NCAA Tennis Doubles Championship last week, have been given a wild card draw for the U.S. Open later this summer. This update brought to you by Nature Stone. Schedule your free cost estimate today at naturestone.com. It's not just a floor. Wow, it's Nature Stone. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Not doctors, not lawyers, and definitely not sports hosts. You're listening to Man and Bone.
All right. It is a Name That Whole Thursday. Timmy Hall is filling in for Common Man today. We will talk about some NCAA stuff in a moment, but something has just been brought to our attention. And it's just, I don't know how long this has been out. I don't know how much has been a thing, but there's been a little subplot, Timmy, in the world of pro sports where you have not one but 2 famous athletes, pro sports athletes who are, I believe, were dating for a long time. I don't think they were married. I could be wrong on that.
The tweet that I'm looking at right now says Darren Waller.
Oh, no, you're right. It is.
Dropped about after his divorce
it was
Kelsey
a marriage.
Plum.
All right, so Darren Waller.
And whoa, Nelly.
NFL tight end. Darren Waller and Kelsey Plum, who was one of the big stars of the WNBA. She's on the Aces, who won, the in WNBA title last year. Very great college player. You might know her name also from Caitlin Clark breaking some of her records this year in college. She was a great college player, great pro now. Anyway, they have divorced. Let them live. It happens. However, what does not usually happen is that one of the parties in the divorce has a, I guess, budding music career or is attempting to have a budding music career.
I wouldn't call it budding, but I would say he did make a song.
And or the means to produce a song about something that happened there. Now, we know like Taylor Swift, for example, has made quite a bit of fandom, a livelihood for herself, a touring schedule, all based around a lot of songs that have to do with heartbreak and previous relationships.
Well, I'm not against the notion of that.
No, of course not. There can be some great music that comes from that
life.
Pain.
A lot of the greatest songs ever written come from relationships and breakups, whatever. I mean, some from triumph, some from anything. It's life experiences. It's just what...
It does help It does help if you are talented enough to actually pull it off.
It's
to actually make music.
Are you actually in that line of work? Are you a singer? Are you a musician? Darren Waller clearly is not. So why is somebody going through the trouble to professionally produce something, to put a good-looking cinematic video with it? That's what's going around right now, not just the music, but there's a video to this.
Hang on a second. I'm just looking up his Wikipedia bio. This is in there. I presume this is true. He is the great-grandson of composer and jazz pianist Fats Waller. I did not realize that. Okay.
Minnesota Fats.
So he has in his personal history, in his family tree, I mean, some great musicians, and he apparently fancies himself as a musician. That's fine. He may be an excellent piano player, composer, all these other things. I can tell you right now.
He ain't no Fats Waller.
The man is not a singer.
Fats was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame twice, it says.
Oh,
in
yeah.
1984 and 1999. He copyrighted over 400 songs. So I don't know if I've heard any of his music, but He's got credentials. That doesn't mean anything about Darren.
All right, Teddy, let's give this a fair shot. I think we can play this because, number one, if it gets pulled off of whatever streaming service, we'll delete it, we'll take it off, whatever. But also, this cannot be so popular that it has like the bots that are all checking out on it. Here is NFL tight end. He plays for the Giants now. Darren Waller. This is his song, apparently about failed past relationships. Yeah. One of them involving perhaps his ex-wife, Kelsey Plum, with the WNBA.
You know, in life, it's hard to love.
Is that an owl? It did sound like an owl.
It's hard to give out of your soul and have your heart broken in return, but it's time.
Yeah.
Take your time ahead. Just take a time out and feel the nights we opened up and we knew how much that you and I were real.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. I think we got the gist. You can go. Listen, like, all right.
The guitar is nice.
Well, you know what I'll say?
Is he playing it?
Auto-tune can have its place. It's fine.
Right. But from start to finish?
Well, here's the other thing. Auto-tune is fine if you know how to use it like an instrument, right? But also, sometimes it's just thrown in there for no reason, and that's where I just can't. That was not even close to me to being something that would be good or enjoyable. But you want to go see the whole video for yourself, go check it out. You can just search him up on YouTube. I'm sure you'll find it. Also odd about the video, they have a like wish.com version of Kelsey Plum in the video, which is weird.
Oh,
they found a girl who
they do.
Like very
brunette,
loosely looks like her, not anything close to actually looking like her, but close enough that you would say like, and he appears to be singing to her, and it's all kinds of weird. I don't know, man. Like when you go through a breakup like that, maybe stay away from the keyboard for just a few months. You know, whatever keyboard. Maybe it's the online keyboard. Maybe it's the piano keyboard. Just stay away from the keys.
Some are saying that this is the worst song ever dropped by an athlete.
Well, an athlete.
By an athlete. I mean, come on, we gotta put it into like a segment here, right? We
That's
gotta
fair.
put this. It's athlete sound. Now, Dame Lillard. Have you heard any of his stuff? No, he's not bad, right?
I know Dame does. Yeah, I know he's done some stuff. He's produced some music. There are lots of athletes who have produced music. I mean, Shaq has a musical career.
Oh, yes.
He's had plenty with Shaq Fu, I want to say, right?
Shaq Fu.
Yeah.
Shaq Fu. I can't. None of his songs are coming to me right now. But
I want to say that
the great Joe West.
Well, but that's not an athlete. Let's not call Joe West an athlete.
He's in sports.
Okay,
yeah.
but he's not an athlete.
No.
Now, here's what I will say.
I wonder if Joe Morgan sang it all.
Well, I don't know. That's a good question. I do know that Carl Lewis is the worst athlete I've ever heard sing.
I love Carl.
But he didn't compose this song, obviously. He is singing the national anthem, I believe, at an NBA game. Here's a little of that if you've never heard it. It's
killing it.
It sounds all right there, right?
Killed it, Carl. Any more?
You get to this one here. Let's try that.
And the Rockets, red flag.
That's no good.
I'll make up for it now.
No, it's and spoiler alert, he does not. He never makes up for it. It's bad.
I think at the end he goes, and the land of the free, and he goes back down.
He's like,
he doesn't keep going.
I'm not even
up.
going to try to
he
go
just
up
goes, land of the free, and brings it down.
No, stop. Listen.
Don't try to go up, Carl. It's not going to sound good. And then the best part of that was where they were watching it on SportsCenter. SportsCenter back in the day when we actually grew up with those anchors and we knew them like they were our friends. Charlie Steiner, is sitting there, and when they come back, he is laughing his ass off.
Yes.
Laughing his ass off. And then he calls it, he says the song written by Francis Scott off key.
That's a great line.
That's the line he drops.
Fantastic line. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other athletes that have been embarrassing singers. I know it's not probably a huge long list.
You'd have to be a hardcore Buckeye basketball fan to remember this, but people remember that one class that Thad brought in that did not turn out well. almost all of them wound up leaving. You had like A.J. Harris, maybe Daniel Giddens was in that class.
Okay.
Austin Grandstaff was a guy.
I forgot about Austin
I remember his
Grandstaff.
dad was bitching and moaning to the dispatch about him. Oh, he's not playing much. I'm like, he's been here for like 7 games. Would you relax a bit? He left. He like transferred out, and then he started rapping. Austin Grandstaff.
Yeah,
and that was some of the worst music I've ever heard.
I you know what? I totally forgot about
That's
that.
That's a deep track guy, like, because he didn't become like a big time basketball player or anything.
Yeah. Joe West still remains to me the worst person in sports who has ever sung anything, but that's just because I hate Joe West, because he just sucks. He's just not my guy. Here's something that I don't know if you view this as being bad or not, but it's something that's happening regardless, and we've got to get used to it. The NCAA is now going to consider, and just go ahead and use the word consider lightly here. The NCAA is eventually going to, is what it should say, allow sponsor logos on the field in wake of proposed revenue sharing settlement.
Yeah.
So NCAA Power 5 conferences, they've had to work out this humongous, lawsuit, settlement to a lawsuit that basically says, yeah, we owe all these players, past and current, for their name, image, and likeness. We have to pony up that money and do revenue sharing. Well, that will change the game if that is officially agreed to, which it technically has not been fully agreed to yet. It just looks like it's going that way.
Sure. Yeah.
When that happens, that's going to change the game. You're essentially going to, and these schools are basically asking for Congress to set rules that say, set up a pay structure for us, but please don't call them employees for legal reasons and whatever else.
Yeah, nobody wants to be taxed, right? That's what we heard.
That's what we heard. No one wants
Please
to be taxed.
tax us.
Yes, no one says that, except most people do say that because they get jobs where you're taxed.
Means you're paid a salary.
Yeah. In either case, the NCAA is now being asked by some of the conferences, hey, can we put more commercialization on our field and on our uniforms? Can we advertise on these things? Because you currently have rules against that. Can we loosen those rules so we can make more money so that we can use that money to pay some of the players and more or less keep our margins the same? Now, when I read this story today, Timmy, I had to snap my fingers and go, am I awake? Am I blacking out or something?
Am I missing something?
Because
the names on stadiums.
Well, I watch Ohio State football games, and they had a sponsor on the field at least last year, and I think it was even before that. They've had Safe Flight on the field. You can see the logo when you watch the games.
And the Nets are all advertised, right?
Yeah, the Nets have stuff like that.
All-state hands or whatever that kind of catch the football.
That's been for years. Right.
Years.
A lot of stadiums have done stuff like that. Well, apparently this new proposal would make it go even further than that. They are saying that for midfield, the big midfield logo you usually have at a college football stadium, they would be able to advertise there if they want to with a corporate sponsor. Now, it probably wouldn't be, I don't know, AT&T or name your corporate entity, right? But what it would be is Ohio State, and then underneath with a little corporate logo next to it to say they are the presenting sponsor of whatever athletics. That would be something different. They would also be allowed to put more signage on the field that would not just be those two little, whatever they call them. I think they're called flanking sponsorships.
I'm sure they got a term for it. Yeah.
Yeah. In a bowl game, you can actually put the giant logo of the corporation right there on the midfield because it's a bowl game.
Well, you actually sell the name of the bowl. I mean, you're putting it's like title sponsorship, right?
You are
presenting sponsor, title sponsor.
You're only allowed to do that for bowl games or named rivalry games where you can sell the name of the rivalry. This would be now you could do that type of thing for every college football game, just regular season or otherwise. So I know people don't like that. I'm not necessarily a fan of it. What I'm telling you is these schools started it by going out and trying to get as much money as they could. And the players said, hey, you know what? Maybe we would like some of that money. Maybe we could get some of that. And so that's why we're here. That's exactly why we're here, is because they started this.
You knew it was going to come down, and I think this is a ways off, but I'm telling you, it's going to get there. 1 point, gambling, sports gambling.
Oh, you're right. That's another one where they will say, well, we can't ignore the money that's there.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's there, and it'll pay a lot, right?
In fact, I've got a story next about just, again, it's the other side of this coin, which is, well, how did we get to this point where we got to put sponsorships on the field possibly? Well, how about this next story? I will tell you about a college coach who is making so much money, he ran out of ways to ask for money, so he asked for something else instead, and the school gave it to him. We'll talk about that next. It's Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
There's an accident on the left shoulder of northbound 270 on the east outer belt between 33 and I-70 to watch out for. And we've got slower traffic on southbound 71 on the north side between Main Street and I-70. This report is sponsored by Discover. As humans, we like having options. One option you might like is speaking with a real person when you call about your credit card. With 24/7 live U.S.-based customer service from Discover, everyone can talk to a real person anytime, day or night. Limitations apply. See terms at discover.com/credit card. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Looking for reliable roofing services in Central Ohio? Go with Nitro Roofing. We'll get the job done right the first time. Reach out today for a free estimate at nitroroofing.com.
Hey there, friends. It's Bo Bishop here, and my friends at RCD RV are blazing a trail in the RV industry. RCD now has 5 stores in Ohio to serve you with the best brands, new and pre-owned RVs for every budget. Your summer vacation will be one to remember when you skip the smog and spend your nights under the stars. The beautiful night sky, making those memories with the whole family. They're going to cherish it forever. Visit them at any of their 3 locations in Central Ohio and 5 in the Buckeye State, or online anytime at rcdrv.com.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here from Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric, announcing our $99 residential spring AC checkup. Carpenter and Bryant will do whatever it takes to prepare you for spring and summer. Check out Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric at carpentercolumbus.com.
Spring is a season full of new life and new opportunities to celebrate. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar. Anniversaries, new babies, graduations, plus everything in between, discover the perfect gift for every occasion. Visit us at the Diamond Cellar on Sawmill Road or Easton Town Center.
Hi, I'm Lauren and I work for Meijer. People always ask, why do I shop there? It's because I can get great quality and value in one stop. Like this week's hottest deals on locally grown asparagus and select cuts of pork. Plus, I can earn 50 points per gallon of gas pumped at any Meijer Express through June 1st with M-Perks. Meijer has all I need in just one stop, and the same low Meijer prices in-store and online. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
Common Man and T-Bone here for the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. It is almost that time for Columbus's biggest golf event of the year.
Yep, the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino is giving away all sorts of prizes for their Memorial Wager and Win drawings on Thursday, June 6th at 6 p.m.
When?
Thursday, June 6th at 6 p.m.
You can win fabulous prizes like Memorial Tournament tickets, golf clubs, and more now until June 6th.
Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Rise and shine, jabronis.
Quite a show this morning.
There's only one place where Buckeye legends lay the smackdown. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekday mornings starting at 6.
Give me a juice box,
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Bobby Carpenter here for Affinity Whole Health, the leader in the testosterone and hormone replacement therapy game. And weight loss too, that's right. Affinity offers semaglutide injections for weight loss in addition to their testosterone treatments so you can lose weight and build muscle. They customize a plan directly for you. They added peptides to my TRT. They've added semaglutide with my friend's testosterone, and the results are amazing. They're pumped about summertime and pool season, so check them out at feelgreatcolumbus.com. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Right now during Jeep 4x4 season, well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2024 Jeep Compass Limited 4x4 for $379 a month for 42 months with $3,837 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-888-925-JEEP for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Stellantis Financial Services. Extra charge for miles over 35,000. Not all customers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 6/3/2024. Jeep is a registered trademark.
2 guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same 2 guys drove home. One guy wore a seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Not wearing your seatbelt
seatbelt could cost you a ticket or your life. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Plenty of sunshine, light winds, and pleasant on this Thursday. Temperatures around 70 degrees. Overnight will cool down to the mid-40s once again under clear skies and light winds. During the day on Friday, a perfect finish. Temperatures in the mid-70s with plenty of sunshine from start to finish. With your Doppler 10 forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Back when I was banging, this show slapped. Whatever the hell that means. You're listening to Common Man and T-Bone.
Degenerate T-Bone coming up at 4:48. Name that whole Thursday as well in full effect. You can tweet us at Man and Bone 971. Give us a scenario, something that involved a hole. Maybe, maybe not. We'll determine if someone is being an a-hole or not. You can also tweet or text us that 614-787-3093. Timmy is in for Common Man today. I was just showing Timmy Hall in the break a little phenomenon known in the hard music scene as the Wall of Death. It's a little thing. I saw a band I liked called Knocked Loose. They had a little concert they were on. They had a little part of the little song where they have a little breakdown.
I was not aware of this phenomenon, whatever.
For people who never heard of this, it's where they basically split the crowd up into two sides. There's a giant gap in between on the floor. Everyone stands and waits, and then as soon as the music comes in, everybody runs at each other full speed.
It looks like the beginning of a war. That's what it looks like to me, where all the people in the front instantly die.
No,
they're attached to spears or swords.
I went.
That's what it looks like to me.
Last year, I went to Bogart's down in Cincinnati to see a band I like called August Burns Red. They're metalcore.
Humphrey Bogarts sounds like a place where you would hear some nice jazz music and have a steak dinner.
Oh, Bogart. right. So for people who don't know, Bogarts is like Cincinnati Newport. It's that size of place. Got it. So it's that type of thing. And I was seeing a metalcore band, and they did the same thing. They had the Wall of Death at least a couple times in their show, and got right in there. It was a blast. Yeah, I mean, Timmy, if you don't live, you know what I'm saying? I mean, what are we doing? We only got one pass at this. What's a little broken finger? Maybe you sprain your ankle. Come on.
Let me throw this at you. I was going to
ask, are they doing that at the ELO show this week?
They're not going to be doing that at ELO. It can still be great, though, Bone.
No, I know it can. That's fine.
Different genre.
That's totally fine.
I just found out today that ELO and Jeff Lynne are touring in 2024.
I'm excited for you. I'm glad that you like it.
They're not in Columbus, which stinks, but they're in Cleveland and Cincinnati. Sometimes we get frozen out of good tours.
That happens
here in Columbus, which is not cool, but the one at Rocket Mortgage is September 14th on a Saturday night, which is a great day for it, and no Buckeye football on that day.
There you go.
But I actually love when these things pop up on Golf Digest Twitter account. They sometimes do the kind of fantasy type of deal. Like I heard Rothman and Ice talking about one earlier this week about if Augusta National would ever to open up for public play, and the price tag was set at $10,000.
Sure.
Would you go out and do it? Would you play? And Anthony heard that number and he said, that's just way too low. He then bumped up.
Too low.
Anthony then bumped up.
Too low.
This shows you where his head is.
It's $10,000.
He bumped up the price tag to $1 million. Anthony Rothman did this.
Isn't that what it is now?
No, it's super exclusive.
Well, I know you can't play. You can't play.
That was his argument. That was his whole point, that there would be enough billionaires that couldn't sniff Augusta National, because it's not just about, you're worth $772 million. Sorry, tough stuff. You're not invited.
You're not invited because someone didn't tell you that you could come here, right?
Obviously, no, I couldn't do that for $10,000. There would be a number. I did get a bucket list item last month.
Yep.
It was earlier this month. It's crazy. It was awesome. And did Pebble Beach, and that's the most expensive round of golf I'll ever play. I would do it again, so long as there's money in the bank account. Yeah. And that was a $640 round of golf.
Yeah.
To go around 18 holes, but it took about 5.5 hours, too.
Again, you can't do that in sports typically, where you can just go play the sport that you like on the field or the court where that sport is played.
You can't play basketball at Allen Fieldhouse just because you want to.
No,
even at the Schottenstein Center.
No, you can't just
they ought to sell that for NIL stuff now.
You know what?
Rent it out.
Enough time.
Now
you know what? If you could do it, if they would put the floor back in, the old floor that Jimmy Jackson played on at St. John Arena. Oh my gosh, you could charge some money there for
Instead
that.
of having a gym out there. I know they're going to do the gym thing coming up where you can watch the football team work out. Lay the original floor down there.
Yep, I agree.
You can go and rent the Hoosier Gym.
Yes,
how cool is that in Knightstown, Indiana?
Example, yeah.
Talk about a cool place to take the boys and go and play like 3 hours of pickup ball.
Yeah,
awesome. Where Jimmy Chitwood shot jumpers. Exactly. Made it rain.
Yeah, I just drove past that the other week, last weekend.
It's a great stop.
Yeah, I
recommend it.
So we were talking about money in college sports. I saw this story because, again, the college programs will all say, well, this amount of money we got to pay these players, that's going to ruin us. We're not going to have the means to do this. Most schools can't afford to do this. I understand Ohio State, Texas, et cetera, some of the big programs can do it, but the smaller schools are not going to be able to do that. This is a story about Nebraska women's volleyball coach John Cook, one of the best coaches in the sport. If you're not familiar, Nebraska women's volleyball, they had a volleyball match in Memorial Stadium where I think they had, 70, 80,000 people, something like that.
They did, right?
Yeah, they had a huge turnout. It's a big deal there. They've been a very good program for many, many years, and he's helped make that happen. So he gets a new 5-year contract because, of course, he does, because it's college sports. You can't have your coach on like a 3-year deal. You got to have at least past this current class 4 years and then some. So he got a new deal that'll take him through January 31st of 2029. Annual salary for, again, the women's volleyball coach, let him live, is $825,000. However, with bonuses, he can go up to over $1 million. Well, in the new contract, one of the things he asked for was he apparently he's been paid so much money now. He's like, I don't know what else I can even ask for because you give me so many raises. Can I have a racehorse? Like, he apparently is into horses. He wants to own one. He wants to own one of these like thoroughbred type horses. And apparently there's one he's got his eye on in Nebraska at a farm. And he said, I'd like to purchase this horse. It's about $75,000. And so the school said, we can't just put a horse in the contract. We can't will you a horse or deed you a horse.
Well, we can give you golf memberships. Why not a horse?
Well, what they can do is they can put the money in it so he can then go buy the horse, which is what they did.
And
they said, here is
horse fund.
Sorry, we don't have any money for any more NIL. We do have slush money for the horse fund, though. We can get you right into that if you need it.
Yes, horse fund.
Horse.
Yeah. Equine fund.
A horse, Mr. Ed fund.
Yeah.
You know, let's call it. Sure.
What's a better horse? Secretariat fund.
Well, I don't know if this one's going to be secretariat, but what I know is this is an illustration of how much money is in college athletics. And it does make me laugh when people say, we don't have the money for any of this stuff. No, you've chosen to prioritize winning. And by prioritizing winning, you've said, we have to have the best coach at every sport. Great. But if you want to be the best football program, how much does it cost to have the great head coach? $10 million in college football, that's the going rate.
I'd say, Coach, you get that horse when you win the national championship and stop giving me runner-up finishes.
Oh, is that what they keep doing?
That's what I say to Coach Cook.
They keep running up. They're not.
He was runner-up this year. He was runner-up in 21. He was runner-up in 18. You haven't won me a natty since 2017. All right, Mr. $775,000 a year. And you win a natty, you get horse. You get a brother for horse Bud that you already own.
I was wrong. It wasn't 70 or 80,000. It was 92,000 people came out for that volleyball event at Volleyball Day at Memorial Stadium there. So
that's a lot of people.
All I'm saying is let the guy live. But when they complain about we don't have any money for anything, well, no, you've said $10 million for a head coach, $5 million for this coach, $4 million for that coach. That is what you've done is say it's important for us to win. Now, if you want the players, of course the players are going to look at that and say, we want part of that money too.
I didn't get it. We're getting to $1 million coach for women's volleyball.
That's where we're at. That's college athletics now. If you want to be a big-time coach, guess what all the other top 10 schools are going to do? They're going to put their coaches right up there too.
No, that's how it works. Players need some of that, man.
Of course.
Players need some of that cash, Coach Cook.
Hey, speaking of cash, an Ohio billionaire is going to fix the world's problems. I'll explain next. It's Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
You're looking at a 10-minute slowdown on eastbound 70 on the east side between James Road and 270, and you'll hit another 10-minute delay on northbound 71 on the north side between 670 and 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. Hey, DQ fans, the ultimate cookie blizzard treat is the dessert that has it all. With Oreo, Chips Ahoy, and Nutter Butter, this blizzard treat has everything cookie lovers dream of. Don't wait. This one-of-a-kind confection won't be here long, only at participating DQ. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Looking for reliable roofing services in Central Ohio? Go with Nitro Roofing. We'll get the job done right the first time. Reach out today for a free estimate at nitroroofing.com.
Ready to be the change and have a positive impact on your community? Consider joining the Columbus Division of Police. Starting pay is $70,000 plus, growing to 6 figures after 4 years of service. We offer paid vacations, paid holidays, and health insurance. Do you aspire to complete your degree? We offer 100% tuition reimbursement after you complete your first year of service. Contact the CPD recruiting unit at jobs@columbuspolice.org or apply online at columbus.gov/government/jobs. The City of Columbus is an equal opportunity employer.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
And right now, 80% lean ground beef in 3-pound rolls is on sale for just $3.49 a pound with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and the multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info, or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I cannot imagine.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life.
There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Vanscoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
The Fan is your home for the Dallas Cowboys.
No, we're not. You can't say that. Take 2.
The Fan is your home of the Buckeyes. Yes, that's right. Same thing, but more playoff success. Now give Big Voice Guy another brandy. Thank you. The Fan.
There's a little slice of heaven in a country road's escape. Pure perfection in the form of uncrowded nature. Over 1.5 million acres of parks and public lands. From mountain biking to stargazing, churning white water to quiet trout streams far off the grid. Almost heaven is down to earth in West Virginia. Plan your getaway now at wvtourism.com.
Right now during Ram season, well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2024 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4 for $479 a month for 42 months with $4,279 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-877-RAM-5722 for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Stellantis Financial. Extra charge for miles over 35,000. Not all customers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 6/3/2024.
What's up, sandwich heads? Today on Steve-O's Sandwich Reviews, we've got the tips and tricks to the best sandwich order. And it all starts with this little guy right here. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Partial to pastrami, craving a Cubano. Yeah, sounds delicious, but boom! Add the crisp, refreshing taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar and cue the fireworks. Lunch, dinner, or late night, it'll be a sandwich worth celebrating. Trust me, your boy's eaten a lot of sandwiches in his day, and the one thing I can say with absolute fact, every bite is better with Pepsi.
I'm Kelly Burris, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. For over 3 decades, Cordell & Cordell has been on the front lines of family law. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life you're proud of, and you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Best known for their contributions to the fast food breakfast world. This is Man and Bone.
Man and Bone brought to you by the Hinderer Motor Company right here on The Fan. Degenerate T-Bone coming up 4:48. Name that whole Thursday as well. You can tweet us your Name That Whole Situation at Man and Bone 971 on Twitter, or you can text the burner phone 614-787-3093. Timmy Hall in for Common Man today, who I don't know yesterday, Teddy. I don't know if we should take offense to this or not. Yesterday, Common Man just tweeted out. I can't tell if it was during the show. It was sometime in the afternoon, but it might have been slightly before the show.
He did.
He tweeted out Teddy ... and then this ain't one of them.
Let me get a timestamp on that.
And I was trying to figure out when he did that because I thought maybe that's just him in Florida where it's hot and sweaty and sticky.
That was at 5:21.
Oh, there you go. Now,
you know he wasn't listening.
No.
But you know he looked at his phone and saw that it was right in the middle of the show. And Teddy actually agreed with him and threw out a Mark Wahlberg.
Did I do that?
Say hi to your mother for me. And it was just him shaking his head like, no.
You know what, though? This ain't one of them. It's fine. It's okay. It's all good.
It's not.
Usually is. That's how it goes. But yeah, Common Man is in Florida and sweating his ass off, I hope.
Maybe he was doing a show down there in Disney World. You know, they got stages around.
That's right.
And he just popped up on one and started to do a one-man show.
Ted, you know what it was. He was right there by the Millennium Falcon, and he was just enjoying so much of that.
Star Wars.
Yeah, because you know he's a big Star Wars guy. That's what he wants to do is go buy Star Wars nerds and build a lightsaber.
Yeah.
And then just go through the motion sickness-inducing rides that they have where you're in the video, you feel like you're in the actual movie. He loves all that stuff.
Yeah.
I thought about when we went to California last year, I thought about spending a day to check out Disneyland because they also have some of those really cool Star Wars rides out there. And I think it's a little bit more accessible because it's not as large and as grandiose as Disney World in Orlando.
That's right.
We didn't wind up doing it, but I took a good look at that and thought that might be something we would all enjoy because I could kind of nerd out on those Star Wars rides. They have one where you kind of walk through. Like you are like walking through it and then you'll sit down like on sort of a movie theater screen type of ride where the seats move and then you get up and walk through some other areas. And it's like a fully immersive type of walk around, sit down type of ride.
I got to go.
Spectacular.
We've been wanting to go and just haven't done it. I got it. Maybe next year. Maybe next year we'll do that during spring break or something.
And then at the end, you get to pick up a lightsaber and decapitate Jar Jar Binks. Everyone gets to do that.
That's a little, I guess they're righting a wrong.
They say it's the most satisfying thing that any Star Wars fan could ever do.
One of my favorite things we ever did when we went to Disney World, we had the kids and we went to visit, where you can go visit the characters. You stand in line, you can meet the characters.
Yeah.
Like you can do this for Little Mermaid. You can do this for anybody. Well, we did that, but we also took our at the time only had the two of them and they were like 7 and 4. They were not very old.
Yeah, 4 is pretty young to take in Disney.
We wanted to go to Star Wars and my wife and I, wanted to go meet whatever characters were there and get photos with them. So Chewbacca was there. And of course, the actor they have, whoever it was, whether they're on stilts or however they do it, it's a giant person with the full-on Wookiee getup and great.
Could have been Bill Walton in there.
You never know.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
He said that he, once tried out to be. He said the character was themed after him and his big long red hair.
Probably so.
People believed it. Even though he was calling him Chewy Baca the whole time.
That's Chewy Baca.
Chewy Baca. But yes.
So that went okay. Kids were all right with that. But then we also went and saw Kylo Ren, who was also there.
Hello, Bone.
Yes. And so
thank you for coming to see us.
Now Kylo Ren wears the mask, obviously, but they had a little voice effect on there, and it sounded just like from the movie.
Yeah. Not like me doing it just there.
It sounded
yeah. So actually like Kylo Ren.
So my wife and I would get the picture, and he, of course, is like, "Who are you? Why are you here? I sense fear in you." He's very intense, right?
I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
We didn't know about that yet. That hadn't happened yet. He had just been popped on the scene when this happened years ago.
I got this new nerd trying to be like Darth Vader.
Yeah, we go to get the picture. My kids go back and they don't want anything to do with him. The actor's like the little ones. I sense fear in them, and doing this thing. And they're the photo ladies are great. They're like, "You stay back here. You get away from them, Kylo Ren." They're just yelling at him.
You silly Kylo.
We get our pictures taken and all that. We're going to leave. We walk out of the room, and the actor playing Kylo Ren followed us out. And I looked back and saw this dude was right behind us, but he was crouched down at face level for my kids.
Oh, God.
If they had turned around, we probably never would be able to go to Disney World ever again.
Oh.
But instead, they did not turn around. They just kept walking. And I thought, you know what, though? I appreciate this guy because this guy knows what parents are going through at Disney World. Kids have been putting you through hell for the entire time. It's nice for once for the kids to suffer just a smidge on Disney World, some of those things.
Oh, you wanted that to happen?
Oh, just get them scared.
You wanted that scare to happen?
What's going to happen? He's just going to look at them. They're going to get scared, and then that's it. Kids need to be scared.
Or it could have been like you just said 2 seconds ago, where it ruins the entire day.
That would be terrible. If my kids were like,
and then they never want to come to Disney
we leave
again.
And never come here to spend $10,000 on this vacation.
Right.
Great. I guess we'll spend it on other places where it's a lot cheaper and we can see other things. I would prefer that, honestly.
I thought that I was in a good place with Jack not being much of a Disney guy and being more of a Cedar Point guy. That was until I found out everything there is to know about all of this fast pass madness that's going on.
Oh, yeah.
My God. I mean, it's not, I don't think it's that much cheaper. Now, I don't have to fly to Orlando. That's a big thing.
Yeah,
but my goodness.
The fast passes, no matter where you go.
It is an expensive day.
It is.
To go to an amusement park anymore and actually want to ride stuff.
You know what would help is if you were a billionaire, Timmy. You would maybe have the means to then go and do all this stuff and not even blink. Most of us could then, if we could enjoy it a little bit more, if we didn't have to worry about the cost of it, right?
I'd spring for the most beefed up fast pass and dining plan money could buy if I had $1 billion.
Well, maybe you should talk to Larry Connor. He's got $2 billion and he is an Ohio businessman from Dayton. However, he's planning on using at least some of that money to try to fix a problem that we have in the world, and that is
wrong or right.
No. Well, right
Cardigan.
Or wrong. He wants to right the wrong, and the wrong is he wants to get billionaires back underwater to go to the Titanic. So the last one that went down there, that submersible, we know it was bad, tragic situation. People on board crushed to death by the pressures of the ocean. The structure was not built right.
Oh, gosh.
Well, this guy says, I think we can do it
billionaires back where they belong.
They said immediately after that happened, this guy called up Ocean Gate Titan and said, I want you guys to, I know you guys can do it. You can build it right. Let's build another one and go down there. So now he plans on going to the Titanic wreckage way down there and saying, look, see, we can do it. And he had a quote that I love. This is the mindset that I think you have to be a billionaire. And that is, you just have to think that your stuff is apparently the best stuff in the world. He said, essentially, this trip will be used to help restore the faith that people have in the ocean. He wanted people to know about the beauty of the ocean again.
The faith of the ocean?
Well, the faith of people to be able to go and enjoy the ocean and feel safe. And again, I do feel safe. When I go to the beach.
When you're standing on the beach.
And I choose
not to get into, I could either choose to or not to get into shark-infested waters, depending on, where the sharks have been. They may or may not be out there. But when I go 20,000 leagues under the sea.
No.
And try to look around at a boat, that we have this fascination for this boat. I mean, I get it. It's a big part of history. We got the movie. Well, we've been down there. We've gotten some artifacts. I'm good.
You know what they also have? They have robotic subs that go down there and get artifacts and they're taking videos. You can see what you need to if you want to. You can see all that.
I'm sure James Cameron has piloted
But
those.
he's got to be right down there in it. And I say, good luck. Enjoy.
You know what? Whatever James says, that's what we should do.
Oh, James Cameron?
Yes. He's the Titanic guy. If he says it's a good idea, okay, we can pursue it. If he says no, which I believe was the side he was on for that last excursion, which is why he had nothing to do with it, then you shouldn't do it.
James Cameron does have a quote in here. He says, please go see Avatar. I want to make 7 more of them, but no one's going to see these movies.
Is it doing poorly?
I don't know.
Okay.
It just, did you go see it?
No, I don't like tall blue people.
Smurfs, you're fine with. Avatar, not so much.
You know what? I actually love tall blue people.
Mr. Manhattan. Or Dr. Manhattan, whatever it is.
Giant dong. How long would the blur have to be?
It'd be a big
Mr. Manhattan.
That would be quite a blur. That would be more than just a blur. When we come back, Degenerate T-Bone is next. It's Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
There's a 5-minute delay due to an accident blocking 2 right lanes on southbound 270 northeast after Easton Way. And there's some stop-and-go traffic on eastbound 70 on the west side between Mount Street and 315. This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale is here. Save up to $500 on select adjustable bed sets like the all-new Temper Adapt collection with advanced pressure relief to help reduce aches and pains. Plus, get a $300 instant gift for pillows and more. Hurry into Mattress Firm today. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
We always come through for you when you need us to. That's Eco's promise to you. And for AC repair and installation, that means today, not tomorrow. If you have an air conditioning breakdown, we'll get a tech out to your home today. Or we'll give you a year's EcoFi Advantage membership for free. And make no mistake, we're a repair, not replace company. Our techs are trained to give you all your repair options. Sometimes, though, it just makes more financial sense to replace. And that's where we really come through for you when you need us to. Because we'll replace your AC system same day. No sleeping overnight in a hot, humid house. Or we'll take $1,500 off the cost of your new system and provide you with portable AC units for your bedroom. That's what coming through for you when you need us to means. So if you need AC repair, call Eco for same-day service. We'll get your home cool again. We'll make it happen today.
At GetEco.com.
Are you confident letting just anyone on the roof of your home? I'm Craig Schottenstein, owner of Schottenstein Roofing. Our team is dedicated to delivering outstanding value on every roof we repair or replace. Schottenstein Roofing. Go to SchottensteinRoofing.com.
Common Man and T-Bone here for the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. It is almost that time for Columbus's biggest golf event of the year.
Yep, the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino is giving away all sorts of prizes for their Memorial Wager and Win drawings on Thursday, June 6th at 6 p.m.
When?
Thursday, June 6th at 6 p.m.
You can win fabulous prizes like Memorial Tournament tickets, golf clubs, and more now until June 6th.
Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
We go to war for you. Truth is, when you get injured, the deck is stacked against you. I'm attorney Robert Scherger, and we feast on the fight. If you don't have an attorney in your corner, you don't have a chance in hell. Protect your rights. WarForYou.com.
Hi, here are some ways to listen to The Fan. You can download the Fan app or listen at home on your smart speaker or open up the iHeartRadio app or hold your head out the window and hear Common Man scream. Happy listening from the dopes at The Fan.
My guys at Germain Lexus are getting ready for the Memorial. What they do every single year is let the golfers drive around in beautiful Lexuses for the week. Then they take those cars and sell them to you. You could be driving Rory's car. The Germain all-month-long celebration's going on right now. You can get great deals like this one. 2024 RX 350, 36-month lease, 10,000 miles per year, $49.99 down, $519 a month. I just picked up my brand new RX 350 a few weeks ago. It is plush. Germain Lexus of Dublin and Easton, GermainLexus.com.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from the other window place.
So Wilson, how do you show customers what new windows would look like on their home?
Well, we just all close our eyes and imagine what their home would look like. Why, isn't that what you do?
Actually, we've got technology that shows exactly how new windows will look on your home.
So no imagining?
Nope.
And I imagine your customers really like that.
Yeah, they do. Get the window that Columbus homeowners rate the most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
Everyone has that one goal, that thing they want to prove, not to other people, but to themselves. Then, right when you think you could actually do it, cancer. And that goal is still within reach. Oh no, I'm about to run my first ever marathon with my 2 best friends. 3 years after having cancer.
At least we look good in these shorts.
Woo! Let's get it, guys. You, keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans to learn more.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Airflow Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Yes, Once we tried unplugging and then plugging them back in, it didn't help. This is Man and Bone.
Degenerate T-Bone coming up in mere moments. Also, later on in the show, we are doing the thing we do every Thursday. It's Name That Whole Thursday. You send us a situation, a scenario. You can do it via the burner phone. You can do it on Twitter, at Man and Bone 971. I guess you could also put one into the YouTube live chat, which we have not mentioned. You could do that as well if you need to. So, yeah, find it there. But send it to us because we're going to do that 5:34. And, we'll find out if we can help you out a little bit with maybe one of your, I don't know, whole situations.
Yeah, a whole situation. Some of your issues that are out there. It's a tradition. I love hearing these stories.
Yeah, I know. They're fun. I'm not going to say that every time we get a consensus, because I'll tell you this. If you have something in your life that has happened, it involves you in a dispute with like a significant other. If you are a man and your significant other is a woman and you have an argument and you want us to settle who's being the bigger whole right now, Panama Ted, 100 times out of 100, will side with the significant other who is the woman. That's who he does not at all.
He hates men.
Well, I'm not saying he hates men. I'm saying that he usually takes the side of whoever is the woman in the situation.
So just a little
when it comes to
tip for the pros. Yeah. Well, like this is your chance to get Ted on your side if you're the woman.
We had one the other week where it was literally like the guy was like, I was like, honey, may I eat some food? It's been 3 days. And she was like, shut up and get in your cage. And then he's like, am I being a hole by saying I want to get some food? And Ted was like, man, I think the woman's right. That guy's a hole. Get in your cage, man. Like, that's just how he is.
Listen to the woman.
I agree.
To her.
I agree, but we also have to name that hole.
I've got to eat so I can take my back pill.
We have to give judgment. We're just trying to do what's right by what we're told. That's all I'm saying. All right, let's do this. Degenerate T-Bone time. Hit it.
Common Man and T-Bones. Degenerate T-Bone.
Degenerate T-Bone.
T-Bone's picks for the weekend.
Sponsored by Ohio Health. Choose between virtual or in-person appointments at 200-plus care sites, providing the finest care anywhere. OhioHealth.com/finest care.
All right, Timmy. A couple things we have got tonight. The NBA playoffs elimination game, Game 5 for the Wolves, Timberwolves of Minnesota. Backs against the wall, 3-1. They are down to the Dallas Mavericks, but they got the job done in Game 4 and got back into this series a little bit by keeping themselves alive.
Got back home again.
Yeah. They win this one now. It starts to get a little bit more real, but, this is a team in Minnesota, and I will tell you this. If you've watched them in the last couple rounds, whenever they got desperate, whenever they've been down, whenever their back's against the wall, they usually play pretty well. So that's why I think tonight they will get this done. They will win this game. But one thing they've done after their first round series against Phoenix is if they've won, they have pretty much hit the under every single time. So the under in this one is 209.5. I'm going to say take the under on this. I'm going to say Minnesota wins. If you want to mess around with the spread here, I think is 5 for Minnesota to cover. I'm not as confident about that, especially when you come down to crunch time, free throws, fouling, all that stuff can always throw this stuff off a little bit. But typically Minnesota has been in the under if they are winning. And I think they'll win this game. What is the points total that you said for Anthony Edwards? Was it
well, like I saw a couple like super bet options where you could get obviously a really, really favorable return if you thought that he was going to score 45 or more. I've seen plus 2,500 odds if he has 45. Now, the Ant-Man, great nickname by the way. He is the most prone, I would say, to busting for 45.
Sure.
That's a tough bet. It's a stretch. I would take 25s for both Luka and Edwards, though. I'd take that.
Easily. Yeah. I had one last time out. I did bet the under. I bet the win. And I bet the over-under. I parlayed all three of these together of Anthony Edwards over-under 29.5. You want to know how many points he ended up with in that last game? 29. They hit the under.
Oh my God!
They hit the under. They hit the win, and he had 29. And I
thought it'd be close.
Thrilled for them.
Woo!
Thrilled for them to win. Not so thrilled about my bet. Anyway, bad beat there on that one. Now, looking ahead to Saturday, there are 2 big soccer games. You know one of them that I'm going to be talking about.
Oh yeah.
But let me tell you the other one first. It is Champions League in Europe with Real Madrid taking on Borussia Dortmund, the champions of Spain, not necessarily the champions of Germany, but one of the best teams in Germany, Borussia Dortmund. They are there. They're also the black and gold. They wear similar colors to the Columbus Crew. Madrid, if you're not aware, the heavy favorite in this game. This game is in London. One of the best players for Real Madrid is Jude Bellingham. He used to play for Borussia Dortmund. He is from England. He plays for Real Madrid now. A lot of people feel like he's going to have the game to watch.
The game of his life type of situation.
Might look at him for
been on both sides.
Might look at him for a goal scorer there for Madrid, but Madrid minus 160 to win it outright. The way it works for these finals is after 90 minutes, what's the result? After 90 minutes plus stoppage time, what is the result? Obviously, if they're tied, they're going to keep on playing. But if it's tied, you could get paid out. If you bet on the tie after 90 minutes, the odds for that are plus 310. For Dortmund to win it in 90 minutes in regulation, it's plus 425. They do not think that is likely. I agree. Real Madrid probably wins this game 3-1. I think it's a pretty big victory for them. It would be shocking if Borussia Dortmund can hang with them, but we've seen stranger things. Real Madrid is the best team. Now, here's the problem. The Crew are going to Pachuca. The Crew are taking on Pachuca, and this one is not at a neutral site. This is in Mexico, in Pachuca, which is 7,994 feet, I think.
That's amazing.
Above sea level.
That is unbelievable.
They are at 8,000 feet there.
Mile High Stadium ain't got nothing on this place.
No.
That's serious.
The ski resort I went to in the summer last year when I went to Colorado to hang out in the mountains.
Oh, not that high.
It was 9,000 feet. But I'm saying
okay, higher.
But I'm saying that's what you're talking about. If you go to Breckenridge, you go to these places, that's what you're looking at. It's that level that's the altitude. Anyway, they're going to play this soccer game. The Crew are basically the same type of odds that Dortmund was getting. Plus 450 to win it in 90 minutes. Plus 350 to just have a tie after 90 minutes. Pachuca minus 175. I think they've got 9 guys on their goal scoring sheet that are all at plus 160, plus 170. The Crew for Cucho Hernandez to score an anytime goal, it's plus 200. They don't believe in the Crew. The bettors are not believing in the Crew. And it is going to be a tough call. It's a tough task going up there. But
I probably would say over on goals, and sadly, I'd probably take Pachuca just
over
because of this.
2.5, I believe.
Yeah, 2.5. I'd take the over. I feel like a 2-1 would be the typical type of result for a big time match like this. And that advantage. I mean, the Crew are the dogs anyway in this game. Going on the road, I'd probably make the safe pick and take Pachuca and hope to hell that I'm wrong. I do the heart head hedge.
Yeah, you got to do the heart head
in this
hedge.
situation.
That's right.
Yeah.
I will say this.
Happy to lose.
You could bet that if you want to. I will say Diego Rossi plus 350. Diego Rossi's been a killer in this tournament. He has been awesome for the Crew of late. Plus 350 is a bargain. I think he scores. I do think the Crew win this game 2-1, but I understand I would not bet it that way because I would pay anything for them to win this that I have.
Oh, man.
If they can win this biggest win in team history if they win this.
So big.
All right, there you go. That's Degenerate T-Bone for today. When we come back, what do we have? Oh, that's right. Fat Boy Food Tip is next. Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
There's a disabled vehicle that's blocking the right lane on eastbound 70 downtown at the 71 West split. And you'll hit a 10-minute slowdown on southbound 315 between Lane Avenue and Town Street. This report is sponsored by Custom Air, your independent American Standard custom care dealer. You're not just a homeowner, you're also an air conditioner that only works sometimes owner. You need cooling built and tested to keep going. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard. Visit customairco.com for your estimate today. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Men, this is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, the leading men's sexual health practice here in the area for treating erectile dysfunction and low testosterone. And I'm excited to tell you today about the opening of our second location here in Columbus. For me, having been raised here, it's like being back home. The response we've gotten from men here in Columbus has been incredible, and I want to thank so many of you for trusting us in addressing your ED and low T issues. Our goal is always to put patients first, and our highly skilled medical professionals are totally focused on men's sexual health. So if you're suffering with erectile dysfunction, call us. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most guys, you'll get your sex life back. You might even find you're performing like you haven't in years. Make your appointment today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across the tri-state area to serve you.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
2 guys drove to work.
Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same two guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Protect your vehicle's engine with Syntec and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec Full Synthetic Motor Oil is formulated for today's engines to protect against wear and deposits. Get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select filter for just $33.99 in-store only. Limit supply. Learn more at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Now at UDF, buy 3 everyday favorites with UDrive Plus to quickly stack an extra 20 cents in gas savings. That includes drinks like Coke and Sprite, Pepsi, and Mountain Dew. And that adds up. UDF, made for you. Specially marked products with an opted-in UDrive account.
Don't miss a minute of the action on the diamond with ESPN Bet. The exclusive sports book of ESPN is the only place to find offers and promotions from your favorite ESPN shows and personalities, including daily odds boost and home run specials all season long. New users can get a bet reset up to $1,000 in bonus bets if your first bet doesn't win. Download ESPN Bet today. What a play. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keels. 2 more kickoff times firmed up for the coming Ohio State football season. The season opener at home August 31st with Akron starts at 3:30. Week 2 with Western Michigan September 7th is at 7:30. NBA playoffs tonight. Dallas at Minnesota in the Western Conference Finals. Mavericks lead the Timberwolves 3-1. NHL playoffs. East Finals. Florida at New York. The Rangers and the Panthers are tied at 2-2. Columbus Clippers at home with a doubleheader with Lehigh Valley tonight. Guardians at Reds both with a day off. From tennis, Ohio State's Robert Cash and J.J. Tracy, who won the NCAA doubles championship last week, have been given a wild card draw for the U.S. Open later this summer. This update brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Grab a napkin while shrinking your waistline. How? By making a Bacon 180 with Awaken180weightloss.com. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Desmond Howard death wishes since 2012. This is Man and Bone.
Welcome in. Hope Thursday's going well. We have got Name That Hole Thursday coming up at 5:34. You can tweet us your holes at Man and Bone 971 or 614-787-3093.
I know we're going to get to this. I know you're going to do a tip coming up here. Mm-hmm. A good follow and someone I've come to know through the years. We call him Big Ten Ben. His name's Ben Stevens. He's on like that Sports Grid channel now. He's all doing all sorts of Big Ten tweets. He obviously heard the story like we talked about before with potential advertisements coming in. Lock, stock, and barrel in college sports. And so he's got a Nebraska football field right there, and he just says, I can see it now. And all over the Nebraska football field, see if these names mean anything to you if you've traveled out there. Runza, the logo for Runza is all over the place, and QT for Quick Trip. So Quick Trip and Runza logos all over the place. We actually had a Runza in Lawrence, Kansas.
Did you really?
And the chicken strips were amazing. They were those like pounded, thin style chicken strips with the good coating on the outside.
Sure.
Do you know like the type of chicken fingers right there?
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yes.
delicious. Very good stuff.
Yeah. Another gas station chain you probably could have out there if you wanted to. Saw these out on the West Coast when I was out there. Well, out west in Colorado. I shouldn't say West Coast. But that is the Come and Go. Those are huge out there.
Oh, yeah.
Got to get that corporate logo out there. You got to make people know.
C&G. Yep.
It's not C. They've gone with K, just for what it's worth. What it's worth. Just want to clarify.
I just wanted to make sure our spellings were, in sync.
I'm not going to spell the rest of it. I'm just telling you it starts with a K, just so everybody's aware.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
Well, it does if it's Come and Go. It has to. In fact, it has to be a K, I feel like. It really does.
Ever been to Casey's General Store? Casey's are big out there.
I like a Casey's.
Yeah. Do we have those here in Ohio?
Yeah, there's one.
Around?
There. You know what's funny? I know about Casey's General Store in part because of my dirt track attendance.
My dirt track?
Yeah. The dirt track folks, that's like because there are a lot of dirt track world is based in Iowa. And I know the Casey's General Stores, I think they're very big out that way.
Mm-hmm.
So there's actually a car that would come out to Ohio quite often that I would see that was sponsored by Casey's General Store. And then after a few years of that, I started seeing them pop up on the western part of Ohio where some of these tracks are.
Okay.
So I've actually hit up a Casey's General Store many a time, and they're good.
The other ones out in the Midwest, I would stop at. There's Quick Trip with a Q. That's the QT.
That's QT.
There's
right.
Quick Shop with a K,
which is
KWIK.
Yep.
Quick Shop. And Phillips 66 are also pretty prevalent out there. Just a good old-fashioned Phillips 66.
Okay. Yeah. Phillips 66 used to be
the emblem of the Route 66 kind of Phillips logo in there.
I feel like there was a NASCAR that was Phillips 66, or maybe that was in Days of Thunder. Something like that. I know there was a Phillips 66 NASCAR at some point.
Could have been. You know what? And I thought of you when we were driving up to Cedar Point because there's no good way to do it, right? Like your map. I was about to say MapQuest. your Google Maps can take you a number of different ways depending on where you're coming from, what part of Columbus you're in. But I saw signs for a dirt track.
Oh, I know which one.
Do you know which one? Yeah,
Attica.
You
were going through Attica, Ohio.
We're in
Attica. The Attica Fairgrounds.
Exactly the one. I'm thinking to myself. I even said aloud to everyone in the car, I bet Bone's been here.
Oh, I've been there many times.
And they all said, yeah, I bet, Dad.
They're like, why are you talking about T-Bone on our trip to Cedar Point?
And then one kid in the back seat said, you're not my dad.
I forgot. You kidnapped a child for the weekend.
That's right.
It was a very bizarre vacation.
We stole a child and took him up there as well.
That's good. All right. Well, now we've talked about some gas stations. Let's get a real Fat Boy food tip.
Common Man and T-Bone have very little value unless they're telling you about all the crap they can shove in your mouth so you can die quicker. It's time for Fat Boy Food Tip. Wait, how do you want me to say it? Tip. This is dumb. I quit.
So today I got on my Taco Bell app, which for the last week on my Taco Bell app, when I went to click on it, the logo for Taco Bell, the famous purple bell that you're used to seeing, that was replaced by a little orange square that looked a lot like a Cheez-It with the Taco Bell logo branded into it. And I thought,
do I have this too?
Are we getting ready?
Android?
Are we getting ready for the Taco Bell Cheez-It marriage? Are we getting ready for the giant Cheez-It tostada?
Wow.
Well, I click on it today, and what does it say in my inbox? It says, hey, Jonathan, I don't know who that is. Early access is here. Be among the first to try the big Cheez-It tostada and the Crunchwrap Supreme. So if you've not been paying attention, you don't know about this. Taco Bell has partnered with Cheez-It. Yes, the Cheez-It company that makes the cracker. And they are giving you, a tostada is just like a hard shell, flat, tortilla more or less. It's been, deep fried. It's crunchy. Well, they've replaced that with a square giant Cheez-It, and then they put all the toppings on it that you would get like on a Supreme taco. They also have the Crunchwrap Supreme that has a tostada in it. Well, that they've replaced with the giant Cheez-It. So, guess what I'm doing on the way home today?
You're going to get one.
Well, I'm going to get one, and I'm going to ask them. I don't know if they'll do it for me. I will pay the money for the whole thing, but I would like just the giant Cheez-It. Can I just buy that from you, Taco Bell, as well? I want a giant Cheez-It.
Like when I used to get the giant Hershey Kiss at Hershey Park.
Why not?
Or the gigantic Hershey bar.
I'm just saying,
a big one.
I want it with your stuff on it. I love Taco Bell's food, but also I should have the option if I just want to pay $2 or $3 and get a giant Cheez-It. I'm sure you're making money on that. Let me have one of those. You got them there.
Crunchwrap Supreme or Big Cheez-It Tostada. That's the two items?
That's right.
That they're coming in with?
Yeah. And I'm probably going to get the Crunchwrap because I do love a Crunchwrap. It's one of my favorite inventions that they've ever had. But yeah, that's where we're starting tonight on the way home.
They don't have pictures of this, do they?
Oh, mine does. Here.
Wait, let me see. I'm on.
This is good for the radio. But there you go, right here.
Okay, yeah, mine just keeps cycling through. It sees it.
Oh, you're not signed in, Timmy. You got to sign into your account, buddy.
I'm signed in.
It says, hey there. It doesn't say, hey
there,
Tim.
log in.
See?
Why am I not signed in?
I don't know.
I should always be signed in.
You're not a Taco Bell degenerate like me. My phone knows if it signs me out, I'll burn it. I'll throw it into a fire. So I'm not going to ever. That's not happening. It doesn't sign me out ever on Taco Bell.
Check your email. I don't want to check. I want it.
You need a password.
I want it signed in all the time.
You need two-factor to get into Taco Bell.
I don't want a two-factor. I don't want to Okta verify my way into Taco Bell. That's our app, folks, that we use.
Here's what I need to know from you. If you've had it, if you like it, or even if you don't, I want your review. You can tweet us at manandbone971. You can tweet me at Degenerate T-Bone. Let me know if you've had this thing already, and if you have, what you thought of it. Or, in the next few days, if you try it, I'd love your thoughts. I'm going to try it tonight. I will report tomorrow how it is. But anytime a fast food place introduces a new item that involves another food that I also enjoy, we're going to bring that up.
When was the last time you enjoyed some bojangles? We've got the location now by the Menards.
For those who aren't
over
familiar,
there with the Hilliard boys.
Bojangles is what you're talking about.
Bojangles.
Legendary
chicken
Southern
and
chicken
biscuits.
place. Chicken and biscuits. I have not been back. Last time I went over there was this is just free for them. When I go to Valley Ford of Columbus, when I stop over there, which was about a month ago, I stop in because it's right over there, and I go and get some Bojangles after.
Never stop by and see me.
Because it's early,
when you
Tim.
go do your banging at Valley Ford.
I'm going over there to get an oil change, and I swing in there like 7:30.
You don't think I'd go to Bojangles?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what you're doing in the morning.
I love Bojangles. I'm not doing anything. I'm twiddling my thumbs.
Well, thank God. Thank God that's what he said, right? I don't know what he was going to say, but I was a little bit concerned. I wasn't.
No hold.
I know where that was going. All I'm saying is next time I'll call you, and we'll go to. When's the last time you've been?
I go once a month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I go.
You live right there.
I do. Yeah. I mean, if I'd go every day if it were socially acceptable.
Well, socially acceptable. It's just not healthy, probably.
I will tell you this. This is awesome that they have cheer wine on draft.
That's your favorite. I know you love a cheer wine.
Oh my goodness,
the cherry soda.
And it's been a good pour, a good mix every single time I've had it.
Really?
Like it's popping. Like the carbonation is pure. The syrup is great. It is a delicious soft drink. Delicious. And that's a spot that's known for their tea as well. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I'm not going to say don't get that. But just for those, if you know, you know. Like if you have spent a lot of time in the Carolinas or that part of the country and you fell in love with that soft drink, man, having that out of like a glass bottle at a farmer's market, like the North Carolina State Farmers Market, where they would have, barrels all over the place filled with ice and just glass bottle soda.
Yeah.
Like RC Colas and Squirt was one that they would have.
Big fan of Squirt.
Knee High and then cheer wines, all that good stuff.
We love a good Squirt, don't we?
Oh,
that's right.
Love the Squirt.
I'm going to leave it there. No, I will tell you this. I am a fan of Bojangles. I am also a fan of a term I learned about just recently. I was watching a video where someone was talking about Waffle House, and he said, let me tell you how to order at, but they didn't say Waffle House. But the video, the title of it said Waffle House. It just popped up on my Instagram reels, right? Where it's just, this is someone like, let me tell you what the best thing is to get a Waffle House. Instead of Waffle House, the term they used was Southern Hibachi. And I got to tell you, I'd never heard it called that, but that's spot on. That's what it is. It's Southern Hibachi. You got a grill right in front. They're making it right in front of you. You can see it over there. That's essentially what you're getting when you go to Waffle House.
Yeah.
Southern Hibachi.
Everything's cooked on the flat top, right?
I'm just telling you, I was mad when I first heard that because I thought, wow, that's such a great idea. I can't believe I didn't think of it.
How do you like to get the hash browns there?
I always forget the terms. I just like to get it with cheese. That's it. I'm boring.
I forget the terms too.
Yeah. I just get it with cheese. But I mean, I can even go plain. Because I can put the ketchup on it, and I do love some ketchup on my hash browns. The way they do it.
I just like the char that you can get on those types of the shredded hash browns.
What do you get on yours? Do you just go?
I just
plain?
Salt them. Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
We're boring.
Yeah, very boring.
Ted, when you go to Waffle House, what do you get on your hash browns?
I can't
smothered
remember.
and covered.
I think I've been to Waffle House.
Yeah, smothered, covered.
Yeah, it's probably what it is. But last time I was there, I was back when I was banging. So yeah, that's been.
Oh, Teddy, we got to get you back to Waffle House.
Sorry. Yeah.
Let's take you over there. We'll do this sometime soon. Let's get you there this summer.
Okay.
Scattered, smothered, and covered.
Okay.
That's what it suggests on the menu. I don't know what the scattered means.
I know there's onions. You can get it with ham in it. There's all kinds of stuff they do.
Yeah.
I'm bad
like
with
gravy? Like, is that what they'll
I think
put
they
the
do.
gravy
They'll
on
put
it?
some gravy on it. Yeah, they can do all the above. All right. So there's some weirdness going on with Deion Sanders. Again, we'll talk about this next. It's Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
Be aware of an accident on the right shoulder of southbound 270 northeast after Easton Way, and you'll hit a 10-minute delay on eastbound 70 on the east side between 33 and 270. This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. Hey, DQ fans, the ultimate cookie blizzard treat is the dessert that has it all. With Oreo, Chips Ahoy, and Nutter Butter, this blizzard treat has everything cookie lovers dream of. Don't wait. This one-of-a-kind confection won't be here long, only at participating DQ. I'm Nicole for 97.1, The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors, voted by Columbus homeowners as the leading and most trusted window brand. Find out why at PellaColumbus.com or at their brand new Polaris showroom.
Common Man and T-Bone here for the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. It is almost that time for Columbus's biggest golf event of the year.
Yep, the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino is giving away all sorts of prizes for their Memorial Wager and Win drawings on Thursday, June 6th at 6 p.m.
When?
Thursday, June 6th at 6 p.m.
You can win fabulous prizes like Memorial Tournament tickets, golf clubs, and more now until June 6th.
Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
It was a quiet night in Columbus, maybe a little too quiet. Me, Philip Flapper, plumbing detective. I was finishing up for the night when she walked in. Long hair, 2 legs, a couple of arms, a nose, elbows. Pretty standard equipment for this neighborhood. I looked at her, she looked at me, and then we did that thing where we both spoke at the same time. What can I do for you? I'm sorry, that was awkward. We went on to talk about clogs, funny odors, water going down the drain too slow. This is above my pay grade, I told her, and gave her this website, apexpros.com. They're the pros who knows, the kinds of plumbers who don't mind getting their hands dirty. And believe me, what's down those pipes is dirty. Ugh, call the pros, Apex Pros. And that was it. She walked out of my life, using those legs I told you about earlier.
Hi, it's Alex, the friendly Apex Bear from Apex Pros. Apex plumbers are the pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
Hey there, friends. It's Bo Bishop here, and my friends at RCD RV are blazing a trail in the RV industry. RCD now has 5 stores in Ohio to serve you with the best brands, new and pre-owned RVs for every budget. Your summer vacation will be one to remember when you skip the smog and spend your nights under the stars. The beautiful night sky, making those memories with the whole family. They're going to cherish it forever. Visit them at any of their 3 locations in Central Ohio and 5 in the Buckeye State or online anytime at rcdrv.com.
Do you subscribe to the Fans YouTube channel? Well, why not? Catch our best interview, Stupid Man and Bone videos, and live video of our shows as they happen.
You can participate in your neighborhood watch.
Search 971 The Fan and subscribe today.
Big things are happening on the east side. We're ready to deal. Come negotiate during May's Dealin' Days at Lindsay Honda. Lower payments, better financing, more value for any trade. Shop lindsayhonda.com and see new Hondas with thousands in savings plus many other deals. We'll work hard to get you a payment you can afford. Now during May Dealin' Days at Lindsay Honda. Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference.
See lindsayhonda.com for program details.
Grab life by the chicken fingers and savor the day with hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret cane sauce that makes everything that much better.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
Are your feet stopping you from being active and making it difficult to get healthier? Trade in your bad feet and start the new year with good feet and get healthy in 2024. Wouldn't it be nice to work, walk, and play pain-free again?
Did you know 38% of Ohio's teenagers have spent money on gambling and video and online games? Items like mystery boxes, skins, and spin to win mimic gambling, putting children at a higher risk of experiencing a gambling disorder as an adult. So get in the know about youth gambling and start the conversation with discussion guides, parent resources, and more at ChangeTheGameOhio.org. That's ChangeTheGameOhio.org.
This is the sound of a popular American motorcycle. It's the sound of freedom, the open road, really good times. And this is what it sounds like with a drunk guy in it. How do you like the sound of that? Cops are cracking down on drunk motorcycle riders. If you ride drunk, you will get caught and you will get arrested. Drunk riding. Over the limit, under arrest. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
Not wearing your seatbelt could cost you a ticket or your life. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A little breezy and cool, but dry on this Thursday. Temperatures holding around 70 degrees. Overnight, winds will taper off. Temperatures dropping down to the mid-40s by Friday morning. And after a cool start, a perfect finish. Temperatures back in the mid-70s with plenty of sunshine by Friday afternoon. With your Doppler 10 forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The only thing harder than Common Man's arteries is T-Bone thinking about a red-bellied woodpecker. This is Man and Bone.
I haven't been out in the woods lately. I got to get back out there, Timmy. I got to go do some bird watching. I was just thinking about that today. Got to go see my red-bellied woodpeckers.
Yeah, it was wonderful weather these last 2 mornings.
I know. I should have done it.
Metro parks are calling your name.
They're banging. That's where it's, that's where it's
banging.
happening. Love
Darby,
the Metro parks.
Darby Creek action. Prairie Oaks.
I think I mentioned this before, but if I haven't, Dancing Kevin, the guy who used to dance at all the Jackets games, take his shirt off,
Oh, yeah. Well, then he got thin, right?
He lost some weight, right? Yeah. And good for him for that. He works out there now as a park ranger. So if you're out at the Metro Parks, you may run into one of the biggest Jackets fans one of the biggest Columbus fans you'll ever find. Dancing Kevin, my guy.
Really? Became a park ranger?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I follow him on Twitter. I see
Ranger Kev.
Yeah. Loves nature.
Does he float around to different parks, or is he stationed at the same one?
I think all those park rangers, they just kind of go where they're, wherever they got him on a particular day. I'm not sure where he's, based out of, but yeah, let him live. That guy.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite Metro park?
The one I go to the most that has like the most of what I like is I like High Banks the most.
High Banks.
Personally.
That's
High
off of
Metro.
23, right?
A little bit of a drive for me, but I like that one because it's got some ups and downs. You've got a little, creek area you can go to. You can, whatever you're looking for. If you want to be in the shade, if you want to be out in the sun, you got all that stuff. It's cool. There's a lot of good nature there. But I do love Clear Creek, which is down 33 past Lancaster. It's kind of one of the furthest ones out. That is basically like down in Hocking Hills. And it's a metro park.
Way down there.
Yeah, so I like that one a lot too. But
have you ever been to the one that's by Reichert? I think it's right off of 33, but it's like right where 33 breaks off.
Is that
Three Creeks?
Might be Three Creeks.
Oh, yeah. Three Creeks is over by, Obet's area.
That's not far from you, right? You're a canal guy.
Yeah, it's not too far away.
That's a good spot.
I've been there.
Yep.
Teddy, I bet
Ted, you got to be more
of a,
around the creeks, huh?
Ted, you got to be more of a Chestnut Ridge or a Slate Run guy, right? That's more out your way.
I've been out to the Slate Run ones as well. Yeah,
there
absolutely.
Yeah.
So
we used to fish when I was a kid at the they have little docks at Chestnut Ridge. We used to live right out there off Hamilton Road, and we would go out to Chestnut Ridge, just out in Canal Winchester, and go fishing.
Oh, wow.
When I was a kid.
I've probably been to Darby Creek the most.
There you go.
You go back out there by like the Darby Dan stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where, I think it's interesting. Like the guy that owned a lot of that land out there, Galbraith, I think. Dan Galbraith used to own the Pittsburgh Pirates.
He did.
Big into the racehorse scene.
Yes.
That's
very, very a lot of horse
famous
farms and stuff.
Person, owned a lot of real estate way back in the day. And so a lot of the stuff is named after him as you maneuver your way out there. And I like that Metro Park because it's a lot of land, a lot of different entry points there. They've got the sledding hill. If I can't think of the road that you cut off, like when you go past the park, but that's there in the wintertime.
You can go see the bison.
You got the bison
out there.
Yep, you got the bison because you have the nature center, and then you've got the other point where you can get down to actual Darby Creek, which will flow really high. Like when I haven't been there in a while, but I'm sure with the rain season that we just had, been pretty good.
Good trails there. We like the Metro Parks here very much. So Deion Sanders, he's now the head coach of Colorado. Last year started off good, then kind of fell off a cliff. Didn't go so well for him. Now some more bad news. We know there's been some players that have transferred out. We know he's lost some of his high-profile guys he transferred in last year. They've left the program. Safety Shiloh Sanders, who is, of course, one of his sons. Shedeur Sanders also plays on the team and is, presumably the one that more people are aware of because he plays quarterback. But Shiloh had a little bit of a situation back in 2015 when Shiloh Sanders allegedly assaulted a security guard at his high school when he was 15 years old. Security guard John Darjan said that he suffered permanent injuries as a result of this and sued Shiloh Sanders, essentially. So this went to court. Shiloh and his dad, Dion, have both maintained his innocence and said this is all being blown out of proportion. Dion called this guy a grifter, said he's making all this up. Well, this goes to trial. At some point in, I believe it was maybe 2020, the attorneys for Shiloh were not retained, or they actually asked to be off of the case because they said, we're not getting paid, so we're not going to continue to represent him because we have to get paid to be able to do that. We're not getting paid.
Yeah, this guy who's a redshirt at SC, South Carolina, can't afford our services anymore.
So they backed out. They said they were not getting paid for the services. By the way, the lawsuit against him is for $12 million in damages. Well, the court is going to mail the note. They're going to mail the notices of trial and all this stuff. They're going to mail that to whatever address they have. Usually that would be your attorneys, but when your attorneys are gone, they go to your last known address. Well, Shiloh and Dad apparently had moved by this point. Last address they had was in Texas. So didn't get the memo. Didn't get the notices. This thing went to trial, and then it just...
And he's not there.
Yes, so they said the court had to accept the default position of the accuser, who just said this is what happened. There was no other counter argument being presented by a defense. So
and no lawyers there.
By default, yeah. By default, they said we have to award these damages of $12 million. So
unbelievable. $11.89 million.
Now, Dion again has said this is, all going to blow over and seems to be kind of tamping this down. But here's the problem. Regardless of what you knew or when the notices were there, the issue becomes this judgment has now been issued. Shiloh Sanders apparently is trying to declare bankruptcy.
I declare.
And has apparently now ended up declaring bankruptcy to try to get rid of this judgment against him. He's what, 24 years old?
24 years old, yeah. So now they're going through his finances and seeing what his assets are.
I'm just saying, this seems like a situation, as much as maybe this guy made this whole thing up. I can't imagine, don't feel bad for rich people. I'm sure a lot of famous and rich people have a lot of good things about their lives, but one thing that probably does suck if you are Deion Sanders or anyone related to him, people assume you've got money that they can get if they present a story about you.
Right. We're talking about. I understand that could be a thing. We're talking about a 15-year-old kid
who assaulted someone so bad,
beat up somebody so bad to the tune of a $12 million civil suit, and we haven't really seen or heard anything about this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
This happened back in 2015?
I don't know what evidence there is against this. I don't know what happened, but the bottom line is because of, it seems like negligence, at least by, like, if it's me, that I would feel as a dad, I let my kid down. I should have been on top of this. I should have been paying attention. I should have had lawyers involved. And then the lawyers can handle all this and say, this is absurd. This is ridiculous. Deny, motion to deny, motion to dismiss.
You're not going to have to pay this guy a ton of money.
And try to get this thing quickly resolved and get it out of the system. Instead, by not keeping a lawyer and by not keeping up with what was going on in the trial, now you have a real issue. Dion apparently was deposed in this. As you know, they're going to depose people who are character witnesses, anybody they can to kind of build a case. And he was deposed by the prosecution or by the accuser's lawyers, this Mr. Dijon guy. And in that deposition, he just walked out after like 5 minutes because apparently he said, I have enough of these questions. I don't like them, and walked out. And that was noted to the court as well. I'm just saying, this sounds like almost Dion saying, this is not a big deal. This did not happen. This is not real. This is almost like a bit of a denial thing, which is fine. You can believe all you want that your kid didn't do that, and let's hope that didn't happen.
Well, it still has to get your time and attention, though.
Yeah.
That's the point. You're talking about everything that you're trying to do, everything you're trying to build at Colorado. You've got important things that you're trying to do. Like the game is already changing enough, and we're trying to manage NIL and the transfer portals and build your team, and your son's playing for you is a big deal. It's a big topic in the sport of college football right now. And then to have this that hangs over, it's just, you talk about as distractions go, a player filing for bankruptcy, the son of one of the most famous athletes to ever live, and he's being sued for almost $12 million? Like, that's pretty big.
Yeah, it's incredible. All right, Name That Hole is coming up next. It's Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
Watch for an accident that's blocking the left lane if you're on eastbound 161 after Little Turtle Way. And we've got about a 5-minute delay on northbound 270 on the East Outer Belt between 33 and I-70. This report is sponsored by Allstate. You're in good hands. Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Take action with Logan Services. Call now for savings up to $2,700 on a qualifying train system and 0% APR financing for 72 months. It's hard to stop a train with a system for every home and budget. Schedule your free same-day estimate now. Installation takes just 1 day. We make home comfort easy with fast, friendly service from Logan Services.
I have done in my career literally thousands of joint replacements.
Meet Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, National Medical Director at QC Kinetics, an acclaimed orthopedic surgeon who now advises patients try all they can do to avoid the knife and consider regenerative medicine.
I myself was able to continue skiing for 10 years after my knees started to be a problem because I accessed regenerative medicine.
Now, after 20 years of study, research, teaching, publications, and clinical experience, Dr. Scheinkup is regarded as one of America's true pioneers.
This is the future of medicine.
Dr. Scheinkup came to QC Kinetics after seeing what they were doing around the country, helping tens of thousands of patients get lasting relief from joint pain with no surgery and no drugs.
QC is so far ahead of the game in its science, its protocols, its people, its facilities.
Call now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
We go to war for you. Insurance disputes can be a battle, a cage match. But we're here to win it for you. I'm Robert Scherger. At Scherger Schnarr Trial Attorneys, we know the law and we'll fight for your rights. Call us at 877-WARFORYOU.com or visit warforyou.com for a free consultation. That's 877-WAR-FOR-YOU. 877-WAR-FOR-YOU. Or visit warforyou.com. War for you, warforyou.com.
The Fan app is about to become your new best friend. Your one-stop shop for all your favorite fan shows. ESPN Columbus and BetQL. Live or on demand. Listen on your schedule. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. It's free. Do it.
Reggie was a nurse for 16 years.
I had become very burnt out. I wasn't making good money.
Then it happened.
There was an ad for My Computer Career, and it just spoke to me.
My Computer Career was the best decision he ever made.
I could study anywhere from my laptop, and I was working in the first couple of weeks of me being in class.
Reggie hit a home run.
The field is teeming with jobs.
Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
The school is amazing.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu. This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from the other window place.
So, Wilson, you're running a window deal.
Yep. Buy one window, get two free. Or 5 or 10. It's all the same.
Oh.
Well, it's not real, but it sounds good to the buyer, so...
That does not sound good.
Oh, it is not. What's your deal?
So we have 5 different window lines so that all budgets can afford Pella without an unreal deal.
Lame.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rate the most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
What's up, sandwich heads? Today on Steve-O's Sandwich Reviews, we've got the tips and tricks to the best sandwich order. And it all starts with this little guy right here. The crisp, refreshing taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar. Every bite is better with Pepsi.
Join Pepsi and the Greater Columbus Arts Council for the Columbus Arts Festival, June 7th through 9th along the downtown riverfront. 250 artists, 4 stages of music, dance, theater, and spoken word. Activities for families, great food, and much more. ColumbusArtsFestival.org.
Whether you're a seasoned pro or a new golfer, think beyond the green and head over to X Golf Columbus and X Golf Powell. Come experience the most advanced and accurate golf simulators in the world at X Golf. A fun venue with great food, excellent service, and a full bar. You can play around on one of our 50 courses, take a lesson from our PGA pro, hit the driving range, join a league, or just sit back and sip a beer on the outdoor patio. Book your tee time today at playxgolf.com. X Golf Columbus and X Golf Powell, the home of indoor golf.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Common Man and T-Bone present Name That Hole.
All right, so the premise is pretty simple. You give us a scenario, you tell us about something that happened, and then Timmy and I and Ted will all try to judge it and decide if there's an A-hole involved, who it is. Maybe they rise beyond the level of A-hole to a B or a C hole, or we can always say simply,
no hole.
The phrase probably a lot of you want to hear if you're submitting your holes. Timmy, do you have one on the burner phone, you said?
I do. I do have one on the burner phone. Am I the hole? He asks. That's the thing. I'd like the name when we get our guys texting into the burner
a random
phone.
Number on the burner phone. There you go.
Took my dog to the Allen Creek Dog Park for the first time last week. Okay. I go to the first gate I see. All the dogs at the park come running towards me and my dog. So I open the gate to let my dog in, and one of the dogs got out and started running around.
Okay.
The dog owner came up to me quite perturbed and indicated that there was another gate, a double gate, just a few feet from where I was at.
Uh-oh.
Then the wife lets me know that it was 3 days before they caught the dog the last time it got out. I tried for a minute or two to help him catch the dog, but it simply wasn't happening. I quickly grabbed my dog, turned around, and went to the parking lot, got in my car, and drove away as quickly as I possibly can, hoping they didn't see my license plate.
Oh, no.
Am I the a-hole?
Okay. Do we want real talk?
Of course we want real talk.
Let's be clear.
That's what we're here to do.
Let's be clear. The first part of this, of opening the gate in the wrong spot, it's the first time you've been there, you've got your dog, you saw a gate, you thought, this is where I go. That's just an innocent mistake. Could happen to anyone. I mean, Teddy, I don't know if you disagree on that. I don't think there's any hole involved for that part of the story, right?
Well, I mean, unless there were dogs like right there at that gate, you shouldn't say, "Oh, I'm just going to open the gate. These dogs won't go anywhere."
Yeah.
I mean, if you did that, then that's stupid. But if you were opening it and some dog comes flying from a distance, you didn't see it. Then,
well, but you know what?
Why are you not using the? Go ahead.
Hold on. Even if it's stupid, that's not being an a-hole. That's just being stupid. It's still ignorance and accident.
You're right.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
I should have done that. Next time I wouldn't do that. That's a-hole to me is like, I see your dog.
Yeah.
I'm going to let it out.
Yeah, that's,
now what are you going to do?
Once we get into the rest of the story, then we got some holes coming here.
So so far, no hole on just opening the gate there, right?
I do. He says it's the first time he's gone to the dog park.
I'm going to say no hole for that.
Just stupid.
He says it's the first time. Maybe not stupid, but
stupid.
Okay, he says stupid.
Wow, Teddy.
Not ignorance.
Strong.
Stupid.
Come on.
The double gate completely solves this issue.
Yes.
That's the whole purpose of it.
Yes,
I don't know why there's even a single gate. The dog park that I go to in Hilliard, there is one area to get in. It's right where they built the parking lot.
Maybe it's for
and then
like
you walk up there and there's a double gate.
Like a mower or maintenance or something. They have
That
a
could
different
be.
gate. So, a bigger gate just for like equipment to get in.
Yeah,
Maybe.
you're probably right. There's
all right,
got to
that
be
makes
something
sense.
there for a mower, but that should be in a different spot off like down by the
be.
gravelly road.
Those people are stupid too.
Yeah. Okay. So now we get to the
The
point
mowers?
where
Whoever put that gate in.
maybe we're not quick enough with the dog. Maybe the dog's just jumping too quick, but someone gets out, a dog gets loose, and now you see the frantic owners who are already mad. Are any of the people who come to him and say, our dog took 3 days to get him back the last time, moron, like, are any of those people holes? Are they being holes a little bit?
No.
We didn't get enough detail or information if there was some name calling or
I
just
don't care. I'm saying no.
You're making a comment because you're upset. You're a little annoyed that this has happened again and it didn't need to happen because somebody opened the wrong gate.
Now, I do think when we get into, I helped out a little bit, but we're not getting this dog back, so I just promptly got in my car and left. I mean, the reality is probably there's not much he could have done, but probably you should have just stayed as long as you can. You got to give even more effort than you think to try to get this dog back.
Put your dog
away
into the dog park.
Or, well, there's that.
Through the double gates, the
Through the
right
double
way.
gates, yeah.
And then get your dog securely in there and then help these folks for a good bit.
Well, but
and
I
at
get
least
it.
profusely apologize. I don't know if he said sorry. He said more like, I grabbed my dog, quickly got in my car, and drove away after 1 or 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I think that's low-level a-hole.
All right, I'm going to say there's probably a little bit.
A-hole.
At some point in this story, he does become the a-hole, so I think we have to go
A-hole.
But again, low level, and I do think it's based on not knowing where to go.
I would have given him a B-hole. So,
wow.
Easily.
B-hole.
Okay, Teddy says B-hole.
Ted's got the dogs. You
Ted's
take
a
him
big
to the
dog
park.
guy.
I defend the dogs.
You go to the park?
Stupid owners. Huh?
You go to the park.
I have not been to a park in years. Now, we have a little backyard for our dogs, so it's good enough for
Teddy's
them.
dogs
Too
don't,
bad that the
Teddy's dogs don't
get to
intermingle with the
converse
riffraff
with others.
Teddy keeps his dogs
keep
away
them
from
safe.
the riffraff of those other idiot dogs. You never know who's stupid out there.
Yes.
He keeps his dogs.
Maybe they want to go out. Maybe they want to go out to the bar.
No,
you know,
they want to just hang out with where they are.
mingle.
But, yeah.
FarmersOnly.com. Dog style.
What is it, Ted? What was it, Timmy? I didn't hear exactly what style. You want to say that again?
Gingham, maybe? I don't know.
No hole.
Leave that alone. All right. Now, this one comes to us from Twitter. Afternoon Cheese Sauce says, who's the hole? A group of friends go to a pricey restaurant. Couple people pick entrees out of their price range while ordering drinks and appetizers.
And then we're going to split it right down the middle.
Well, the restaurant won't do separate bills. When the bill came out, they wanted to split the bill evenly instead of paying for what they ordered. $1,500 with 17 people. That comes to $89-ish a person. The guy and the wife left cash on the table with the amount that their entrees cost, plus enough for a tip. Way less than the $177 it would have cost them. Okay.
So
this is a different. So hold on. This is a different. So it sounds like one couple in the group ordered, let's say, something $20 more than everybody else. Okay.
Yeah.
So they should pay theoretically more. However, this couple said, well, we didn't order that. So even though our fair share of this bill is about $90 plus tip, $90 a piece, so total would be $180 plus tip. We're only going to pay for what we think we bought, which is not that expensive entree. We bought our regular priced entree, and we didn't buy any drinks or anything. So they paid less than what everybody else is absorbing of that couple that spent way over.
Of course. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Now you've not only made this problem, I think you've made this problem a little bit worse. So anyway, he's saying, did this couple have the valid reason to leave $177 they left less than they should have, basically. So
Well, that sounds like the amount that you're supposed to leave. If it was like $89 a person, then if you double that, that's like $177
to this issue.
Okay, but then there's no tip, Teddy. They didn't leave a tip at all.
Let's address this issue first. Let's address this issue first. We're going out as friends, right? In a big group. I think it's a little annoying when we've got a large group and we're trying to, me and her on one check and then her and him on one check and then there's 7 different checks for one table. It's chaos, right?
Yeah.
So are we cool with just putting it on one tab and then divvying it up later? That's the thing.
It has to be an agreement, I think, ahead of time.
Have some kind of agreement
and maybe
where
we
it
do
doesn't
this
have to
a
be
lot.
the exact same price, but we are just going to split this. So get what you want to get.
Hang on.
Get what you want to get tonight.
To be clear with these people, $177 is what it would have cost Ted plus a tip. They left, this article is saying they left less than that. So let's say it was
way less.
$150, let's say. So they didn't cover what they should have. No tip is also not a part of it. I think the mature thing to do is to, when everybody gets there, you all have to agree ahead of time. We're just splitting. If the restaurant says we don't split the bill, you just got to bite it, pay your money, and then later on, the good thing to do is if you're the person ordering way more stuff,
you can Venmo.
To go back and say, hey, I'm going to Venmo everybody
Absolutely.
like $10 or something, or $5. I'm sorry about this. And then if you're really bent out of shape about $5 or $10, then you could say, yeah, don't worry about it. It's all good. We had a
agree.
Good time.
That's the perfect way to put that.
You got to offer it if you're the person.
You should offer, and you're an a-hole if you don't offer.
Okay.
You should at least offer to make that right, but everybody should be cool just splitting the bill evenly at the place to not make a scene or be those guys.
So the couple that left and just left cash that was way short of the bill, they're a-holes, right? I mean, at the very least,
I don't want to go more than a-holes because, again, if
I say no hole, actually, but that's just me. Yeah.
Teddy,
I'm sorry.
You got to buy in.
No, I'm just saying, I mean, if you do this a lot and that's just a normal procedure that we equal it out. But if I'm going there and then I'm there and my buddies and his wife, they order all these appetizers and they're just running up the bill. And I'm like, man, I'm not going to pay for all of that. I just had I didn't know we were going to get appetizers and then this expensive wine and I don't drink. And why am I paying for all their alcohol? I'm sorry.
Okay, I get that. But what I will add
I do.
I think then
you got a point.
the part there where it becomes is just for society to function. Sometimes we don't want to have these big arguments in a restaurant. You got to just work it out. And then later that person comes back and says, hey, Ted, sorry, I know I spent like $80 more on my meals than you did on yours. I'm going to get you back like $20.
Absolutely. That's probably not happening, though.
Well, then if it doesn't, you are within your rights to have a conversation with that person and call them a hole.
Okay. That person,
the
person doing that, if they don't come back and fix it,
C-hole.
Like you don't go in on that and then not try to make it right later.
You have every right and should engage.
Yeah. And then
if they don't come to you to offer,
then you can beat them with a tire iron. How's that?
Nice. I agree.
Okay, good. Glad we sorted that out. Everybody got their problems fixed and everybody's happy. It's next up is Backpage. We'll do that when we come back. It's Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
Need to travel westbound 670 between 5th Avenue and 3rd Street. Expect about a 20-minute delay there. And we've got a 10-minute slowdown on eastbound 70 on the east side between James Road and Bryce Road. This report is sponsored by Ohio Association of County Behavioral Health Authorities. Sometimes life can be overwhelming. Crisis Text Line can help. If you are struggling and feel like you can't talk to anyone about it, text 4HOPE to 741-741. Free confidential support. Crisis Text Line. Text 4HOPE to 741-741 now. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
When life is on hold due to a painful injury or condition, every day counts. Start the path to recovery now with Central Ohio's most trusted team of orthopedic experts. Start with orthopedic1.com.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here from my friends at High Bank Distillery Co., located right here in Columbus, the home of the best blended whiskey in America. Support local and grab a bottle at your local liquor store right now. But they don't just make whiskey. Introducing their newest product, 614 Vodka, Ohio's house vodka. High Bank teamed up with 614 to launch your new favorite go-to, 614 Vodka. Perfect to make a drink at home or try when you're out at your favorite local restaurant. There's no taste like home with 614 Vodka. Learn more at 614vodka.com.
Now at UDF, buy 3 everyday favorites with UDrive Plus to quickly stack an extra 20 cents in gas savings. That includes Monster Energy and Red Bull and Gatorade and Body Armor. And that adds up. UDF, made for you. Specially marked products with an opted-in UDrive account.
People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and a multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info, or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I cannot imagine.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life.
There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Vanscoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
The Fan is your home for NBA playoff action. Catch every game of the conference finals and NBA finals on The Fan and ESPN Columbus. How does one listen to such magical things? On the Fan app, silly. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. Do it.
Eliminate carbon and varnish deposits with Lucas Fuel Treatment at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Simply add it to your tank at your next fill-up. A clean fuel system can increase performance and fuel economy. Right now, get 2 bottles of Lucas Fuel Treatment for just $9 and get 2 times O Rewards points. In-store only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Get wings the way you want them. Try Twin Peaks wings bone-in breaded, naked, smoked and grilled, or boneless in your favorite sauce or rub.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Inc. card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for Business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Don't miss the hot deals at the Right Rug Flooring Outlet Super Sale. 2 locations, Poth Road in Whitehall and Hebron Road in Heath. Save up to 80% on truckloads of floors and more, including tile starting at 19 cents a square foot. Find a massive selection of laminate, luxury vinyl, and carpet, all drastically reduced. Everything for your next project. 24-month financing is available with approved credit. Hurry, the Right Rug Flooring Outlet Super Sale ends June 5th. Dealers welcome.
Want to know anything about the fans' contests, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Final segment of the program. Timmy Hall has been filling in for Common Man this week. He continues to do so. That means Jeff Thidoff is filling in for Timmy Hall on the Buckeye Show. Tito, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, Bone. How are you and Tim doing?
Oh, I'm doing excellent.
How's it going, Tito?
It's going all right. Are you cold? The jacket?
Timmy likes to wear.
I like to wear the jackets.
He's a big fan of jackets. He's got the satin starter homage jacket. Homage?
Homage? I'd say homage. I'd go with a little H.
I would pay homage,
yes.
But I say that clothing brand is homage because it's not. I'm not saying the actual word.
I got
pay homage. You couldn't
homage.
put a little hint of an H.
No,
I
don't
would
say
pay homage.
I don't pay homage.
You wouldn't pay homage?
I buy shirts from homage. I pay homage.
Do you get paid to wear that with the YouTube stuff going on now? Do they pay you to wear
that? Would be
that would be nice.
I wondered about that because it seemed like it's a summer day. I didn't expect to see like the leather jacket yesterday was just with it being warm.
That was
outside.
a nice. You did throw on the leather jacket.
Yeah,
that's a gift from Common Man that you were wearing around yesterday, and it got multiple comments from people.
It did get comments, and he had said one day that he's got this leather jacket, size large. I'm going to get rid of it. Do you have a leather jacket right now? I said, no, I don't. I had one when I was younger. Didn't everybody have a black leather jacket at some point?
Yes. Oh, I went through that. Yes, I did.
Yeah, right? Mine was the, not that style. So people, if you watch the YouTube show from yesterday, you see the style. It's like the mock collar bomber jacket style, which is a little cooler than the one I had. I had the straight zipper. It was a little bit longer than that, not like trench coat length.
No, but it comes down over your butt.
Almost like pea coat length.
Yeah. I had one exactly like that.
It just had a straight collar, and it was zipper.
Like
no
a shirt,
buttons or
it
anything.
was like a shirt collar.
Yes,
I know exactly
kind
what
of
you're
like
talking
shirt
about.
collar style, just straight black leather. It was from Wilson's Leather in the mall.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't cheap. It was, I saved up my money like from my job.
Layaway.
Spent $200 on it or whatever it was. Yeah. Dude, I was proud of that jacket, but don't have it anymore.
Layaway is, I mean, if you know Layaway,
you
and I get along.
Hey,
you're
old.
Layaway.
Put it in the back
Your back
room.
hurts right now, yes.
I'm going to get that from you next month.
You also have had mac and cheese without the milk,
yes,
is what I'm
have.
saying.
You
If you know the word layaway, and I've been there, I know it. I'm just telling you, that's a good call, Tito.
And Common Man did not make you do anything, didn't like the dinner thing, the banyan never happened, you said.
No Mindy's.
No
Mindy's.
Two
Mindy's.
Not a meal. Yeah. Soup's not a meal.
Stock up, buddy boy.
Yeah, I can save the meal for next time.
Yeah, no, it's funny because Common Man has given Timmy a jacket.
Right.
Timmy then came in a few weeks ago.
I paid it forward. I paid it back, I guess.
Common Man, me, and Ted all Mitchell and Ness, like a nice item each from Mitchell and Ness, specific to our own tastes.
I did. Authentic.
That's a thoughtful gift.
I studied and researched, made sure the sizes were correct.
I don't put that much thought into gifts for my wife. That's really
it's really nice.
And then he got Dwight Gooden.
Yep.
No kidding.
He got
Barry Larkin.
Barry.
Like Reds, like the pullover with the little
the V-neck, authentic like mesh jersey stitched. And since I knew that Man did not like the 80s era Sox logo,
right?
I got him more of the straight black and white logo. It was a track jacket,
right?
It's because he likes the track jackets now. We do Tracksuit Friday.
Yeah,
you and Wheezy moving on up, huh? This is a big deal. The APD thing now. That must
That's
be
nice.
really nice
That's
living.
nice.
Good
Now, see,
Lord.
Too much money to know what to do with.
Right.
Tia. Yeah.
I paid it forward today, and in honor of that, I went out and bought in a box of Cosmic Brownies and a box of the little Debbie donuts.
Geez, that was you? That was you?
Yes. I dropped those off this morning. Yeah, so I spent a total of $5 to repay what Timmy spent hundreds on.
It's not even just for Timmy, it's for everybody.
It's the
for everybody.
gesture. It's the gesture.
Just a nice little thing. I went
And
all day.
those are a couple of deep track little Debbie snacks. I don't see what was the one, not the Cosmic Brownie, but
the donut sticks.
The donut sticks. I don't see the donut sticks a lot.
They're great. They're great for coffee.
Yeah, Star Crunch is one that's really tasty that you also don't see, but those are two good options.
There you go. Tito, what's coming up on the Buckeye Show?
It's the 13-year anniversary of one Mr. Tressel resigning. DeVere and I are going to talk about that a little bit. We also have got what was the other thing I was going to some of the games have come out, the schedules for the times for some of the games this fall. We got a couple of Ohio State games to know about already, plus some other big college football games. And interesting note about the Apple Cup this year between Washington and Washington State.
There you go. Buckeye Show is next. Timmy is going to do Backpage right now, so let's get to it.
The Backpage with Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Timmy, take it away.
Bone, I'm not going to try to tussle with you. By the way, Jeff, thanks for doing the show tonight.
Oh, there you go.
Every time.
Thanks. You know what?
Appreciate you doing that.
Thanks for doing the show.
Very
tonight.
nice.
I just wanted to say it too.
So I'm not going to tussle with you on cars and car knowledge and classic car knowledge. I know you're there, but I sent you this earlier this week. As a kid, and even into my older years here, there's always been one classic car body style. I couldn't tell you like exact year. I'm not that guy, but era, right?
Yeah.
1970s era Corvette Stingrays have always held a special place in my heart. Just how sleek they are, that bullet shape of them, the two-seater. Well, when Davis Riley won the PGA Tour event this weekend, he was awarded one of the most badass 1975 Stingray Corvettes. It's basically what did we call this? It's a 1975 Schwab Stingray. They actually put the Charles Schwab logo on the back of it. But it's completely transformed by these guys out of County Corvettes of Westchester, PA. And I mean, it is custom from head to toe. Outside the body is the Corvette Stingray, but new engine, new everything, like the plaid stitching in the leather, like a backup camera, new dash, all that stuff. But I can't imagine a cooler car. I mean, this must go for like $200,000 when it's fully restored like this, when they sell this thing.
It looks great. It's a C3 Corvette, third generation Corvette for those who are
It's
Corvette
like retrofit, guys. I guess is the term. Like
they'll take the body, keep that pretty stock, and then underneath they'll put in like new shocks and struts that are like modernized. They'll put in different stuff that makes it kind of a little more powerful. But yeah, that's awesome.
Retro mod or retro mode.
Yeah,
or
that
something.
retro mod. You're exactly right. All right. Good stuff. I like the car guy talk at the end. Buckeye Show is next. We'll be back tomorrow. It's Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza.
We've got a 30-minute slowdown due to an accident blocking 2 lanes on westbound 670 at 71. And there's another crash blocking 2 right lanes on southbound 71 at 270 on the North Outer Belt. This report is sponsored by Ohio Association of County Behavioral Health Authorities. Sometimes life can be overwhelming. Crisis Text Line can help. If you are struggling and feel like you can't talk to anyone about it, text 4HOPE to 741-741. Free confidential support. Crisis Text Line. Text 4HOPE to 741-741 now. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
This is a Fan Action Update.
This Action Update's brought to you by Tipico. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Both the Reds and the Guardians are off today after losses yesterday. Guardians, the favorite in the AL Central at -110, with both the Twins and Royals +280 to win the division. The Reds are now 13-1 to win the NL Central. The favorite in the division is the Brewers at -110. For your Tipico Action Update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
Grab life by the chicken fingers and savor the day with hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret cane sauce that makes everything that much better.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Are you not able to enjoy the summer as much as you want because of joint pain? This is the time of year for being outdoors. It's the best, but not if your knees, shoulders, hips, or back are hurting. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Don't suffer any longer. Non-surgical joint pain relief is here at QC Kinetics. Call them today. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. I'm talking about lasting pain relief with no surgery, no drugs, and best of all, no downtime. QC Kinetics advanced treatments harness your own body's biologics and help restore and repair damaged joint tissue so you can walk, run, hike, play golf, move, swim, all pain-free. QC Kinetics is under the leadership of former orthopedic surgeon Dr. Mitchell Sheencup, a true pioneer in regenerative medicine. They have locations in Columbus, in both Gahanna and Dublin. Their advanced protocols have enabled tens of thousands of patients to reclaim their mobility. So go check them out at QCkinetics/Columbus or give them a call, 380-208-4544.
When it comes to getting a new roof, are you confident letting just anyone on the roof of your home? I'm Craig Schottenstein, owner of Schottenstein Roofing. Our team is dedicated to delivering outstanding value on every roof we repair or replace. Whether residential or commercial, Schottenstein Roofing meets the needs of every customer. From roof installation and repair to siding and gutters, you name it, we do it. Call Schottenstein Roofing, 614-321-8888 to schedule your free inspection today. Go to schottensteinroofing.com.
Instant classics are exciting, but true legends have impact over time, like how Plant Moran has been counted on by companies and clients for the past 100 years. Counted on for advice by the workwear brand you zip up every day. Counted on for guidance by the zoos and aquariums inspiring the next generation. Counted on for a holistic approach by those growing, protecting, and sharing their wealth. From accounting to tax, consulting to wealth management, we are built year after year on the stories and success we help others achieve. Here's to the next 100 years of Plant Moran. Count on us.
New 2024, up to 72 months Aria, up to 36 months Rogue, and 6324.
Reichert Nissan has an announcement to make. 0% financing is now available for up to 72 months. Take a Reichert Nissan Aria home today and pay 0% for 72 months. But that's not all. Reichert Nissan also has 0% financing on Rogue 2. Visit the Reichert Mega Mall off 270 and 33 or shop thousands of new and certified used at ReichertNissan.com.
Get the right car at Reichert.
We're dealing.
With approved credit. Residency restrictions apply. Offers cannot be combined. Dealer contribution affects consumer cost.
Billiards Plus has everything for the master griller in your house. Come to their showroom, open the lid, and feel the difference in their grills. Professional top quality equipment at great prices with a huge selection ready to go home with you.